This is a live presentation of the Ticats Audio Network. Are you ready? Ticats football is on the air.
Touchdown, Tiger Cats! Caught it! It's a touchdown!
Number 17, Luke Tasker, what a catch!
Now the voice of the Tiger Cats. Here is RJ Broadhead with analyst Luke Tasker.
Great to have you with us at Tim Hortons Field. It is a big game tonight for the Tiger Cats and the Montreal Alouettes as second place is on the line. Montreal currently at 2-4, leading the Tiger Cats by 2 points in that East Division. And the way things have gone in the West Division, crossover might be in play, so it is important to get on track. The Tiger Cats will be in their black tops, gold pants, gold numbers. It's the uniforms they have their one win in. Luke, on Ticats this week on the Ticats Audio Network, I tried to get you to say it was a must-win. You wouldn't do it, but it sure would make the Tiger Cats' life a lot easier in the East Division with a victory, wouldn't it?
That I'll give you.
Okay.
Life will get easier and easier with every win that they can get, and we've got a great 6 weeks ahead of us, starting tonight with an East Division lineup that is just going to be so important once we get to November. But no, not a must-win yet, but as important as it could have been, this quickly into the season. You never expect to have so much on the line this early with, the playoff picture is going to start taking shape in the East, and expecting that probably maybe that only the top two teams will make it.
Walking into the stadium today, Luke, the wind was blowing from the southwest. I looked, it was saying it was gusting 30 kilometers per hour. It felt way stronger than that. It seems to have died down a bit, but it almost always is a story at Tim Hortons Field with the wind and who gets the wind in the long quarters and who takes advantage of having that wind. Yep,
absolutely. And I would say most of the games we have here, we're bringing this up, right? It's coming from the mountain or from the lake, and it's playing a role, especially in the fourth quarter often. You're right, it is a little bit quieter now, but earlier today it was really whipping. And so, I played in a number of games here where you didn't think the wind was going to be a factor, and all of a sudden the fourth quarter, it's pretty wild out there. So we'll see. Always part of the storyline at Tim Hortons Field.
Tiger Cats looking for their second victory of the season. They won the last time they were at Tim Hortons Field, and the Alouettes are coming off their second win of the season. We will be back with kickoff between the Alouettes and the Tiger Cats. Next, you're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Tiger Cats and Alouettes almost set to go. We'll take you live to the coin toss, which will happen in mere moments. The Tiger Cats, their defense has been a strength. The Alouettes, their offense has been a strength. And that could be a real dynamic to watch in this game. The Ticats defense, if they can stop the Alouettes offense, that would be big for the Tiger Cats in hopes of a victory tonight. Beautiful evening. Feels like it's in the 30s. The actual temperature is 28. Let's take a listen to the opening coin toss at midfield. Tim Croker, the referee, will toss the coin.
Okay, man. Today we have the coin. The CFO logo is heads, and the club logo is tails. Montreal, you're the visiting club. What is your call? Heads the call. Montreal is called heads. Kenny, please flip the coin. Montreal is called heads. It is a tail. Hamilton will defer to the second half. Your choice. Walk football. What in like this?
That's interesting.
So Hamilton won the toss and deferred, Luke. Do you like that?
Well, I do like it. And then I also like, as far as in Hamilton's favor, it's Montreal elected to receive, and so then Hamilton gets to pick the end after that as well. So they're going to have the choice in the second half, and they'll also be able to benefit from the wind however they wanted to here in the first. So Always interesting, with our CFL and 3-minute warnings, and you're always going to get more plays in the second and fourth quarter. And so if there's wind involved, it's just an interesting, turn of interesting decision-making process.
And we talked about it already. Wind always seems to be a factor at Tim Hortons Field. The Alouettes are in white tops, blue pants, and the blue numbers. And the Tiger Cats, as mentioned, the black tops and gold pants, they're 1 and 2 in that uniform this season. Their only win against Ottawa. They were wearing these uniforms out on the field right now. Dane Evans and Matthew Schultz are playing catch. Do you think we see some Matthew Schultz design plays against his former club?
Yeah, they've been increasing the amount of plays that Schultz is on the field. There's Marwan Hage out there doing the Oski Wee Wee with his 2 sons also. That's very cool. But we've seen Matt Schultz, be on the field a little bit more than he was in the first start of the season. And interesting, he's also out there, as a captain tonight too, along with Dane. It's just kind of they're obviously, both of those guys are important to the makeup of this team.
So the Tiger Cats will be against the wind in the opening quarter. So the long quarter, as you mentioned, Luke, they will have the wind. And I believe this is close to what Coach Sal said, get the defense on the field early on, and let's see what the Tiger Cats can do against this Montreal offense. Michael Domagala will kick off for the Tiger Cats. He'll again be the punter, and Seth Small will be the kicker.
This is the way that I would do it, RJ. If all the call decisions were on me, I would say I would defer to the second half, and then if you could, take the wind in the second quarter, which the Ticats got both of those out of that turn. So very, very interesting way to start things off. And you're right, get this Ticat defense out on the field, who's been playing better and better as the first part of the season progressed.
Well, we'll take that as an early win. For the Tiger Cats. Coin toss went really well.
An early must win.
The sun is setting in Hamilton on the east side. Just the upper deck is in the sunshine. The lights are already on. There was a threat of thunderstorms earlier, but it looks like we're out of the woods on that. And speaking of woods, we will see Lawrence Woods in this game. He was a game-time decision, so he is the leading special teams tackler and such a good returner on punts and kickoffs as well. So that's great news for the Tiger Cats. And we're set to get underway. The 1-5 Tiger Cats kicking off to the 2-4 Alouettes. Chandler Worthy gets it at his 10, and he runs toward the near sideline. He's got an opening there, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. A pretty good tackle, because it looked like he was getting to the outside, and had he turned that corner, it might have been trouble for the Tiger Cats.
Yep. Worthy got it up to the Montreal 35. They do have the best kick return average in the league, and Chandler Worthy, you can see his speed kind of jumps right off the field at you. He's got a really great ability to capture that edge, but good tackle there. The Ticats cover team.
Tiger Cats defense has been rock solid all season long. Trevor Harris in at quarterback, wearing number 7 for the Alouettes, and he's got an empty backfield, passing right away, and it's incomplete. Or no, Reggie White Jr. did make the catch. That looked like pretty good coverage. No, it is incomplete. So White came up with the ball, but he just picked it up off the ground. So Richard Leonard, good coverage there for the Tiger Cats.
Really great timing, expert timing there. He just has that great ability to not disrupt the body of the receiver, but really be right there in the way to break up that pass. 2nd
and 10 for the Alouettes. Tiger Cats defense the best at not allowing second down conversions. Trevor Harris again, an empty backfield, looks left, throws left again to Reggie White Jr. He makes the catch, but he is going to be short of the first down. And a pretty good start for the defense. Yeah, Jamal Roll there to make that tackle after the 7-yard gain, and right next to him was Cariel Brooks, and awesome to see 26 out there. It's been since 2021, injured in camp, and now he's out in his regular halfback position to the boundary tonight. Yeah, seeing 25 and 26 on that side is a good feeling for Tiger Cats fans. Number 37 is Lawrence Woods. He has the best punt return average in the CFL. Joseph Zima, a spiraling kick right at the numbers, picked up on his own 15 by Woods, and he's making all kinds of cuts. Now he's backtracking, and he's going to lose a bit of yardage. He was up past the 20, and he's back at the 15, where he actually caught the punt initially. Looked like he was making some pretty good moves, trying to find an opening that never materialized. There are flags.
I would imagine this will be a holding. The play got progressed so long, and those guys are trying to hold on to their blocks as long as they can.
So we'll get a listen in on what the penalty is. Officials are still discussing it. I think Tim Croker's almost ready. They're still at the 15 with the football.
During the return, holding. Hamilton, number 85, that penalty is declined. Holding, Hamilton, number 93. That penalty is accepted. Half the distance to goal, first down, Hamilton.
Wow. Yeah, they've moved the ball now to the Hamilton 7-yard line into the wind. So a challenge for the offense on their first possession of the game.
Yep, just one first down. That's all you want to get here.
So starting from their own 7 on the near hash mark, Tiger Cats going from our left to right. That's into the wind, heading toward the south end. Dane Evans calls for the snap. Lots of motion, and he play actions to Don Jackson, passes to Agent Zero, Braylon Addison, and he will get very close to a first down.
You may be caught in our audio there, the listeners, that Montreal yelling out a screen there. And they did set up sort of a screen to the outside of Braylon Addison, but yeah, with great success. I mean, 8 yards on their first play of the game.
Addison has been used a lot lately at a couple of games where he was used sparingly, but he was a bit banged up. He was in the backfield that time. Play action to him. Dane Evans slings it out to Tim White, who gets the first down, presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling. You said get one first down. They've got that already, Luke.
There you go. I mean, and just the best thing about that play, which was an outside bubble to Dane Evans' left, is how quick it left his hands. Dane set the laces in his fingers and zipped it to his left to Tim White. Very quick and efficient.
Another interesting formation for the Tiger Cats. A fake waggle to the line, Tarnowski and Addison on this near side. But Dane Evans is looking left, and he's got it was a completion. The ball comes loose, and it's recovered by Montreal. Wes Sutton has the football, but was it a catch? I believe it was.
It looked very, very quick. I mean, the ball came out just a split second after the reception, but he did turn his body upfield. I mean, it's going to be reviewed. We'll see what they say about it. And I mean,
Tim White had it, and the offense is heading off the field.
Yeah, for a 7-yard gain, and another 7-yard gain on first down. You know, they had a really productive first downs there.
So the turnovers, they just continue to haunt the Tiger Cats. Not even 3 minutes into the game, in the first possession, it's a fumble and recovered by Montreal, and they're in pretty good shape here.
Again, with the turnovers, we're talking about it, in another night here, and then, but it's more than that. And specifically the fumbles. It's strange how many, how they've been just plagued with the fumbles, and at a moment where they were, that penalty off the punt return was damaging, and then they were climbing back on it with a couple productive plays. So costly, and Montreal, if this stands, which apparently it's going to, that they're already sitting in field goal range right now.
On the Hamilton 27,
yeah.
10th fumble lost by the Tiger Cats this season, 26th turnover. No other team in the CFL is in the 20s yet, so the Tiger Cats, the most turnovers, and this will put them at a minus 14 turnover ratio. To put that into perspective, Winnipeg's at plus 12.
They're obviously taking a long time to look at this, and as we see it again on our monitors, it is very close. I mean, there was so little time between the reception and the fumble, and Tim White definitely didn't tuck it up, didn't have a chance to tuck it up against his body.
Okay.
But it did look like he secured it in his hands, noticeably at least, and I'll be interested to see what they think about this, because I think you could make the argument that he was sort of still in the process of catching the ball, sort of, getting it in his hands and moving it to a secure position.
Tim White on the sidelines.
is that it's an incomplete pass.
There you go.
Second down.
Okay, so forget all that turnover talk. Erase that.
So it'll be
Scratch that from the record.
There you go.
It
It'll be
didn't
second
happen.
and 10. It's a lot better than first down Montreal, right? So, wow. I mean, the interesting thing now is that was actually really a productive first down there. would have been, but the Ticats are forced with a sort of a strange second and 10 after what looked like a really great first down.
Yeah, and the offense had gone to the sidelines. They were in their usual positions when the defense is on the field, but now they're back in action, second and 10 from their own 20. Let's see if the Tiger Cats with this reviewed play can capitalize. 4 receivers off to the right. Dane Evans throws to the left. It's caught by Stephen Dunbar, who is able to hang on, but he's going to be just short of the first down.
Oh, wow. I agree. That was a bit of it looked a lot closer than what they're spotting it. They're going to say it was a 7-yard gain. I thought he might be close to being in position to bring the short yardage crew out there, but no. 3rd and 3 here, and just lucky to have the chance for Damagala to punt this away after what could have been a costly turnover.
This will be a test for Michael Damagala. The flags are blowing quite hard right now into his face, and he's standing on his own 13-yard line to kick this punt. Chandler Worthy on his own 40, ready to return it. Damagala, the kick, pretty good into the wind. Worthy will come in a couple of steps. Catch it just beyond his 40, and he's flying off to the right, the far sideline, and he takes a hit. He's out of bounds, but he's in Hamilton territory, so Montreal with the wind have pretty good field position after that 40-yard punt from Michael Damagala. We will return as Trevor Harris and Montreal's offense come back on the field. No score at Tim Hortons Field. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Back at Tim Hortons Field, still first quarter, still very early between the Alouettes and the Tiger Cats. No score yet. The Alouettes starting from the Hamilton 48 on their second offensive possession. Trevor Harris in the shotgun has 2 receivers off to the far side. The handoff goes to Jeshrin Antwi, the 5th leading rusher in the CFL, and the sophomore gets about 3 yards. It is tough to run against this Tiger Cats defense.
That was a solid tackle. Dylan Wynn right in the mix and looking to kind of see that crew, that front 4, kind of get back to the dominance that they were last year. And so far in this game, Montreal has had really, really poor first downs.
Just 2 yards, so 2nd and 8 from the Hamilton 46-yard line. Trevor Harris, he'll drop back. He's going to pass, throws to his left, completes it to Jake Winicky, and the ball is popped loose. Tunde Adeleke right there looking for it. Jovan Santos Knox with the tackle. And they're saying it's a first down, so maybe the ball popped loose after he was on the ground.
Very similar to Tim White's near fumble where it almost looked like he didn't have totally a time to...
Or did the ball end up under him?
Wow. Really bizarre what we're looking at on the big screen, but they're going to call him down.
So it's a first down from the Hamilton 35-yard line. Trevor Harris gets the snap and quickly throws off to the right. It's Walter Fletcher who gets to the outside, and he was eyeing that first down marker, and he's going to be very close.
There's a flag, and I think this has got to be holding on the Montreal receivers.
Yep.
Oh, so tough to block on the outside like that when you're not expecting the ball carrier to get to change direction behind you, and your defender can see him and you can't. Costly though. Montreal was starting to build a nice drive there with what would have been 2 10-yard gains in a row.
Instead, it's 1st and 20 from the Hamilton 45. David Cote, very good field goal kicker, 4th in field goal percentage in the CFL. Alouettes would like a few more yards. Let's see if the Tiger Cats defense can stop them. 1st and 20. Trevor Harris wants to pass. Drops straight back, and the Tiger Cats get to him. They drop him at midfield. Dylan Wynn celebrating another sack.
Celebrating is right. Holy cow! He has quite the dance moves out there after his quarterback sack.
That's his third sack of the season. Ties him with Julian Hauser for the team lead, and he has been fired up. A couple of big plays early for Dylan Wynn.
So that holding penalty that Montreal got 2 plays ago was 20 yards of hidden yardage, right? The 10-yard penalty on top of what negated a 10-yard gain, and then a 7-yard sack by Dylan Wynn. I mean, it's just mounting. What a great defensive drive the Ticats have here.
They were on the Hamilton 35. Now they're pushed back to the Hamilton 52, and it's 2nd and 27. Trevor Harris under pressure again, and he's trying to get loose. Holding on to his jersey was Micah Johnson and wouldn't let go. And finally, Trevor Harris falls down, and this defense does it again. It looked like sure points for Montreal, but they push them back into Montreal territory, and they'll have to punt.
Wow. That drive was negative 14 yards for Montreal after having gained 20.
Yeah.
Really incredible. Third and 37, 39 yards right now. I mean, just two sacks in a row after a penalty. That's what happens.
That is some kind of strong by Micah Johnson. He was being blocked and reached over the block to hold on to Harris. Lawrence Woods takes that punt just past his 10, and he'll be just shy of his own 20-yard line when he's brought down by the Montreal special teams. There's 7 minutes, 32 seconds to go in the opening quarter. No score yet. The Tiger Cats back on offense when we come back on the Ticats Audio Network. Half a quarter to go against the wind for the Tiger Cats, and then they will have the wind for the second quarter. Starting this drive from their own 19-yard line, Dane Evans, 3 receivers off to the wide side of the field, but he hands off to Braylon Addison, who is very versatile in this offense, but not much there on the ground as he maybe got a yard.
What an interesting first half of this quarter there's been. I mean, you know, Montreal looked like they were surely going to score, and then had 2 huge plays only to get bumped back and back and back.
Yeah.
And out of even field goal range. So, I mean, unbelievable drive by the Ticat defense, who has kind of been the thing holding the team together so far, right?
Defense and special teams has been very good. Dane Evans passing and just out of the reach of Tim White, who is running near that far sideline. It would have been enough for a first down, but it goes incomplete. And again, Tiger Cats are going to have to punt against the wind from deep in their own territory.
I thought it was a good decision by Dane, and he was getting rushed a little bit, kind of had to make that throw quickly, and it's a deep sail route. I mean, it's got to be right on target, you know, in order to make it work, and just not enough time to set up properly.
You talk about the field position all the time, Luke, and the battle seems to be leaning toward the Alouettes. Damagala this time standing on his own 5-yard line to punt the football into the wind. Chandler Worthy at his own 50. Damagala gets the snap, the kick, it's a low one, pretty good. Worthy catches it on the run across midfield to the 50, and the Tiger Cats are able to gather him up and tackle him. But again, the Alouettes are going to start a drive in Hamilton territory. We'll see if the defense can do what they did last time. 6:21 to go, still 0-0. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network.
Hi, this is Dylan Wynn, number 98, your defensive tackle for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and we're back to the Hamilton Ticat Audio Network.
All right, we got to get Dylan Wynn to voice that after he has a sack. He'll be fired up.
That would be awesome. Can you imagine?
Let's see if he can get another one. He's already picked up his 3rd sack of the season. 2 tackles as well as that sack. Trevor Harris, play action. He's under pressure, just gets rid of it. He was looking for Eugene Lewis, and he could not make the catch. And that was Dylan Wynn in the face of Trevor Harris again.
You almost spoke that into existence. And what did I say before the game, RJ? You got to get pressure on Trevor Harris, because he doesn't have totally a ton of answers away from his arm. And if you're not giving him time to throw, it can go south for Trevor Harris quickly. And the Ticats defense is all over the place, all over the backfield for the Montreal offense right now.
First 4 possessions combined between these teams, 4 punts, 27 total yards. 2nd and 10 from the Hamilton 49. The pass is incomplete. It had Lewis all twisted around on that far sideline, and the defense does it again. The Alouettes starting a drive in Hamilton territory, and they're 2 and out.
You're right. When you think to the Montreal game plan, anytime you get the ball across center field, you're looking to capitalize. And fortunately for the Ticats, the only benefit that's come of that is field position. No points yet from multiple drives across the center line.
Joseph Zima with the win. Low kick. Braylon Addison will take it at his own 1. Makes one move, heading to the middle of the field, gets across the 5, maybe up to the 7, and the Alouettes stop him there. So the field position in this opening quarter has definitely favored the Alouettes, but there is no score. 5:34 to go in the first quarter. Tiger Cats offense coming back on the field. We'll see if they can get the first score of the game when we come back on the Ticats Audio Network.
This week on the Ticats Audio Network.
I think Coach O said it best after the game. We're a good team that's not playing good right now. And we got to figure out how to play good. And what better time than right now? I think we got, I don't even know, either like 6 of 7 games or 5 of 6 against the East. So this is a great portion of the season to get back right, and we're looking forward to doing that.
That's quarterback Dane Evans on what needs to be done in the weeks ahead. He sat down with Louis Butko on Ticats Today. A new episode drops every day on the Ticats Audio Network. The next 6 in a row are against the East Division. 2 of their next 4 games will be against these Alouettes. And this opening quarter has been all defense. Hamilton starting deep in their own zone again from their own 7-yard line. 3 receivers off to the wide side of the field. That's to the left of Dane Evans. He's got Don Jackson a few yards in the end zone right behind him in an I formation. Now Don Jackson will peel off, maybe as a receiver. Dane Evans looks that direction, pump fakes, bought himself some time as he rolled left. Completes to Braylon Addison, and he'll be up to the 20-yard line, and the Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down.
Boy, that looks pretty explosive, pretty dynamic. Dane really did a great job of escaping to his left, and I thought he was going to take off, but he kept his eyes downfield and threw a great ball to Braylon Addison, who was right at the sticks. I mean, really just good football. Looks like a lot of guys working together to make it happen.
Braylon Addison already up to 21 yards receiving in this game. Fresh set of downs for the Tiger Cats. Little breathing room, too, from their end zone. They're up to their own 20-yard line. Braylon Addison in the backfield. Cover 0 being shown by Montreal, and the handoff goes to Addison. He fakes the middle, cuts to the left, and he will get up close to the 25-yard line, about half the distance he needed for the first down.
Really unique stuff here. Braylon Addison was in the backfield, and they had a diamond set, 4 wide receivers to the far sidelines of Dane Evans' left. So that's setting up for a wide receiver screen, but Braylon Addison wasn't even in the mix over there. He was in the backfield and took a handoff. It's just really dynamic stuff. There's just a lot of moving pieces and a lot of options when they're lining up in these unique sets. So again, 5 on first down. That's an improvement from a lot of what we've seen early in the season.
Braylon Addison, Mr. Offense so far for the Tiger Cats. Those 21 yards receiving. He's been the only one to take a rush, and he has 6 yards rushing. Dane Evans looking deep. He's got Don Jackson out of the backfield. He was behind the coverage, but the ball was just beyond his reach, a little bit overthrown, and it goes incomplete.
You know, I love that they're taking the shot. It's hard. That play is called not because you want Don Jackson running on a streak. It's because of a matchup. When he leaves the backfield, he's on a Sam linebacker, or sometimes based on how he can be on a Mike linebacker, and that's a defensive disadvantage. But then you also have to have a running back catch a 40-yard pass, and it's not easy to do. So very close, but would have been a huge gain for the Ticats. Would
have been one of the bigger plays this year. Again, Tiger Cats have to punt. Standing on his own 10 is Michael Domagala. A couple of steps forward, and the punt. Chandler Worthy waits at his own 45. He cuts to the right, now back to the left, and the Tiger Cats coverage was all on the far side. The speedy Worthy gets to the outside. Domagala involved in the tackle at around the 30. We'll see where they spot. It looks like they're going to put him at the 25-yard line of the Tiger Cats. So he's a dangerous returner, has an amazing return there. and a 40-yard return for the Alouettes, and they'll start from the Tiger Cats 25.
Boy, I mean, they have been on the Ticats side of the field since the opening kickoff. Literally, after their first punt, they've been across the center line. That was a 40-yard return, and their drive start, we're almost to the end of the quarter here. Their drive start is well into Ticats territory now.
Yeah, 40-yard punt, 40-yard return, so Tiger Cats right back where the offense left off. Play action, a short pass to Eugene Lewis. He was running off to the right, cuts it upfield, and he'll have a pretty good gain on first down. Looks like about 8 yards.
The Ticats have had the best punt coverage unit in the league so far this year, and Chandler Worthy really has battled against that statistic tonight. I mean, he has had a couple productive ones, and this one was enormous, and you could see it happening right from the start. Just too much space back there after the punt.
Yes. 2nd and 2 from the Ticats 17. Trevor Harris. He'll hand off to Jeshua Nantwi. He runs to the right. He's got enough for the first down. Tiger Cats will bring him down just shy of the 10. Looks like they'll spot him at the 12-yard line, but it's a fresh set of downs here for the Alouettes.
Carol Brooks up to make the tackle, and always a strange getting tackled or tackling after you haven't done it for a whole offseason.
Yeah.
It's always a strange feeling. You got to almost remember how to do it.
1st and 10 for the Alouettes from the Hamilton 12. Minute 40 to go in the opening quarter. Alouettes are with the win. The clock is running. Trevor Harris on the far hash mark. Calls for the snap from the shotgun. Doesn't waste any time. Throws off to the right. Eugene Lewis has it, and he'll be very close to a first down. Looks like he got down to the 3, so about a yard shy of the first down. So the Owls can get a first down without getting a touchdown here.
This is their first efficient offensive drive they've had this game. I mean, the Ticats have already recorded 3 sacks. Alouettes have done nothing but punt so far, but that explosive return sparks a little bit. And now they're closing in on a first down still to be made already on the Ticats 3-yard line.
2nd and 1, and the CFL's touchdown leader comes on the field. That's Dominic Davis as Trevor Harris heads to the sideline. There is a challenge here from Coach O. Had his first 2 challenges against BC last week, went 1 for 2. Here's the announcement coming up.
Hamilton's challenging the previous play. They think it was an incomplete pass. The play will be reviewed.
You could hear, you caught an R on it right after that catch. It was Jamal Roll in coverage, and he was yelling that same thing, he didn't catch the ball, and as we take another look at it, he's exactly right. He's not made full, he hasn't fully secured the ball till he was well out of bounds. This is going to go back.
Yeah, we're getting a look at the replay. Probably one Eugene Lewis catches in his sleep most times, but seemed to bobble it. Didn't have great control as he went out of bounds. So this would, if they call it a catch and Coach O loses the challenge, the Alouettes will be on the Hamilton 3 with a 2nd and 1. And that was a short review. I think we're going to have the announcement here. Tim Croker, the referee, looked like he was ready to go.
And if the Hamilton defense can hold this drive to a field goal and not a touchdown.
After review, the ruling on the field is overturned.
Yeah.
It is an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd down.
So Coach O is 2 for 3 in challenges this year. Pretty good percentage.
Great stat line. Great on Coach O to call it. Great to make that challenge, and for Jamal Roll to transfer his opinion of it to the sidelines. I mean, it's just because this could be that challenge could result in a 4-point swing depending on how this 2nd down right here goes.
Yeah, great point, Luke. Back to the Hamilton 12 with a 2nd and 10. Trevor Harris back in at quarterback, looking to his left the whole time. The pressure's coming. It's caught just inside the 10-yard line by Eugene Lewis. Kyle Wilson right there to make the tackle, and that won't be enough for a first down, and the field goal team comes on for the Alouettes.
Kyle Wilson filling in for Simone Lawrence at will linebacker, and great speed and trailing Eugene Lewis, and that's exactly what you got to do. It's not even required to break up that pass, but to be right there to make that tackle and, like we said, prevent the touchdown. That's really a great defensive stop after that punt return.
David Cote is 15 for 17 this season. This is a short 16-yard attempt for the first points of the game. Cote is able to chip it through. And with 30 seconds to go in the opening quarter, the Alouettes are on the board with the wind, and they have a 3-0 lead. But the Tiger Cats defense, even though they gave up a field goal there, they were defending with a very short field as Worthy brought that back to the Hamilton 25. So to force Montreal to 3 points has to be a bit of a win.
I think that was one of the best defensive quarters we've seen from Hamilton all season. That was unbelievably impressive. They were playing on an arena football league field the whole quarter.
Yeah.
Literally 50 yards was the most almost that they had. The average drive start there for Montreal was Hamilton's 49-yard line. That's unheard of in the CFL. And so the defense to hold that for just 3 points, forcing 2 and outs in those scenarios, that's just really, really impressive. And now finally, Ticats get a little breathing room.
They'll take the ball at the 40. Matthew Schultz, the former Alouette in at quarterback, fakes the throw. He'll run it straight up the middle, and he cuts out to the near side to his right, and he's got a big gain. He's into Montreal territory, down to the Montreal 40, or very close, and a flag flies.
That is such a savvy play there by Matt Schultz. I guarantee you he knew exactly how much of himself to put out of bounds and still get tackled and draw that flag. Matt Schultz just popped off a 30-yard.
Montreal number 26. 15-yard penalty. First down, Hamilton.
If you can come out of the backfield and get a 30-yard run, that's greatness. But if you can just so much make that guy make a wrong decision and still tackle you when you're on the sidelines and get 15 more, that is just greatness. I mean, really, really awesome play there by Matt Schultz.
You knew Schultz would be fired up for this game. That's a big run, 30-yard run, add on the 15 yards, and this will be the last play of the opening quarter. Schultz still in at quarterback. In shotgun, he's got Braylon Addison to his right. Don Jackson right behind him. Now he'll go off to his left. And the pass goes to Don Jackson. Makes a nice catch as he reaches out. He's got the first down, and he's tackled inside the 10. The Tiger Cats getting the first down, presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling. That's the end of the opening quarter. Tiger Cats in pretty good shape as we get set to start the second quarter. When we come back, they're trailing 3-0 after a quarter, but they're inside the 10 in Montreal territory to begin the second. We'll have that for you when we come back on the Ticats Audio Network.
This is Rob Hitchcock.
And I'm Mike Morielli. Now back to Luke and RJ
on the Ticats Audio Network.
Marwan Hage joined Morielli and Hitch on the Ticats Audio Network. And Marwan Hage, the alumnus of distinction tonight. And he will join Bubba and Andy at the half. Tiger Cats from the Montreal 9. Fresh set of downs. Matthew Schultz, play action, completes it to Braylon Addison. He got to the 10, stayed on his feet. Looked like it might have been a bit of a late hit. Marc-Antoine Dequoy made a pretty strong tackle on Addison to limit him to very little, if anything. Looks like they're going to say he lost one.
Yeah, it was Tim White trying to come back down to make that block, and a play before at the other end of the field prior to the quarter change, Tim White made an excellent block on Don Jackson's run, but it's just very hard to do that on the outside. And Braylon Addison, exceptional effort staying on his feet, but too many Montreal Alouettes in the way.
Tiger Cats need to capitalize in these situations. They're pushed back to the Montreal 10. Second down. Schultz under pressure. Dumps it off to Braylon Addison. Gets down to the 3, the 1, and he is tackled short of the end zone.
Yep, they'll get him right at the 1-yard line here. And what a great, Matt Schultz stayed in the pocket for as long as he possibly could. Got the ball to Braylon Addison with space, and that's just who you want with the ball in his hand, and he was able to muscle his way down right to the 1-yard line.
Took 3 Alouettes to bring Addison down. The ball is on the 1. It's third down, and the Tiger Cats bring in Jamie Newman at quarterback. He'll go under center. Need a yard for a touchdown. Newman keeps, rolls to his left, and Jamie Newman has his first CFL touchdown was a member of the Tiger Cats, and that'll put Hamilton ahead early in the second quarter.
Awesome. Matt Schultz running on the field to congratulate Newman. RJ, their Ticats are last in the league in red zone touchdown efficiency. That's what they needed to do. That 9-yard gain to Braylon Addison when you're second and goal on the 10-yard line, that's what's been missing this year. And that completion, Matt Schultz's ability to stay in the pocket and deliver that football, and then Braylon's effort, and not to take it away from Newman as well. That's not a gimme either.
No.
Great touchdown. But just that is sort of a missing piece for what we've seen in the Ticats so far.
A little hesitation by Newman, and he waited for that gap to open on the left side. That 1-yard touchdown was driven by Enterprise Rent-A-Car, and on comes Seth Small to kick the convert. And the Tiger Cats, 7-3 leaders in this game over the Alouettes very early in the second quarter with 13:10 to go. The Tiger Cats have their first lead of the game. This is the Ticats Audio Network. We're a minute 50 into the second quarter, and we've seen 3 quarterbacks for the Tiger Cats. Dane Evans, he's 4 for 7. Matthew Schultz has come in, gone 3 for 3, and Jamie Newman gets his first CFL touchdown on the 1-yard run, and the Tiger Cats lead the Alouettes 7-3. The unpredictable offense continues for the Tiger Cats, and it worked. Michael Domagala kicks off. Chandler Worthy just stays inbounds on that far sideline. He's got another pretty good return. Picked it up at his own 18, and he's across the 35-yard line before the Tiger Cats bring down the speedy returner.
Chandler Worthy, number 1 in average yards per return in the CFL, and just great speed. And had he let that ball go, I think there was a chance it would have rolled out of bounds and been a penalty on Domagala, but you know he's gonna get that return every opportunity he can. Chandler Worthy is, and decent job getting his team back up to the 36-yard line.
Pretty cool moment as Dane Evans gave that football to Jamie Newman, his first CFL touchdown, and tells you what a team guy Dane Evans is. There is a Tiger Cat down on the field. Looks like it's Curtis Newton. And he's been a key contributor to this great special teams of the Tiger Cats.
He has for years. He's a great teammate. He's going to be a part of every single special teams unit that they're going to ask him to help on. And he's tough as nails and makes his presence known and makes an impact on special teams. And
he was on one knee. He's on his feet now and walking gingerly on his own without help to the sideline.
That's the Ticats special teams units are near the top of every category. I mean, they're really a really solid, strong unit, and guys like Curtis Newton out. I mean, that's an impact player. Nick Cross is already missing from the line out, who's been a key part of that special team as well.
Alouettes into the wind in this second quarter, just under 13 minutes to go in the half. Tiger Cats lead the Owls 7-3. Trevor Harris on the field beginning from their own 36-yard line. Harris, the handoff goes to Walter Fletcher. He'll get up across the 40 before the Tiger Cats are able to bring him down. Gain of about 5, maybe 4.
Trevor Harris has had a tough go so far tonight. He's already been sacked 3 times. The Ticat rush has been very, very strong. And there's a couple drops and strange sort of happenings in the pass game as well, but the Ticats need to keep this pressure up and make it difficult for Trevor Harris to make plays.
Alouettes right in the middle of the field between the hash marks, 2nd and 5 from their own 41, and he threads the needle, Harris does, to Eugene Lewis, and it is a first down for the Alouettes.
Yeah, right in between Jamal Roll and Kyle Wilson, and you said it threads the needle. That was the very last second he could have thrown that pass, but Trevor Harris is very accurate. If you let him stand there, he can thread needles like that, especially in that linebacker, 5 to 6 yard throwing distance.
Alouettes up to their own 47-yard line. Trevor Harris takes a look to his left, fakes the handoff. Looked like he wanted to go deep. Nobody open, and then he pump fakes, bought himself a little bit of time. He doesn't run off, and he does this time. And he gets very close to a first down. Jovan Santos Knox, one of the Tiger Cats in there to make the tackle.
Trevor Harris, eyes to his right, watching a bunch of crossing routes coming back deep to his left, but the whole left side of the field was vacated. But Jovan Santos Knox exploded a blocker and Trevor Harris in one hit. That was just an excellent tackle and a great defensive play.
The fullback, Christophe Normand, was trying to lead the way, and Harris looked over to see who did that. He saw number 45 and 95. Santos Knox and Hauser. Another play action. Trevor Harris stays in the pocket, throws up the middle. It's a low pass, but it is caught by Reggie White Jr. and the Alouettes into the wind are moving the football. They're into Hamilton territory with a fresh set of downs inside the 40. 10.5 to go in the half. Tiger Cats fresh off their first touchdown of the game. They lead 7-3. 1st and 10 now for the Alouettes from the Hamilton 36-yard line. So the defense has bent a bit on this drive. They don't want to break. Trevor Harris. This time he does hand it off. And a big hit, Jovan Santos Knox. He has been a stalwart on this defense for the Tiger Cats. That is a big tackle for a little or no gain.
Yeah, Jovan Santos Knox is moving up to be close to leading the CFL in tackles. He started this game with 36, and he's already had, well, the last 2 tackles for the Ticats. Yeah. In fact, he's had 5 in this game already, so he is the current leader. Of course, this is the first game of the week of CFL games, but wow.
But that's an accurate stat. That's up to date.
You're right.
Trevor Harris, 2nd and 10 from the Hamilton 36, and it's incomplete. It looked like Jake Winicky had it, but Richard Leonard, Kyle Wilson were there, and it might have been Leonard that pulled it out of the hands of Winicky.
You've seen Kyle Wilson kind of be involved in a lot of plays tonight, and that ball this year in the CFL is going to that will linebacker, that boundary alley a lot more than maybe it has and he's been right there, right next to his man, ready to make a tackle or a pass breakup, and Richard Leonard, along with Kyle Wilson, were very close to intercepting that ball.
David Coute looks like about a 43-yard field goal attempt. His long on the season is 49 yards. Coute's kick is good. From 43, Coute has done all the scoring for the Alouettes. The Tiger Cats still lead, though. It's 7-6 Hamilton ahead of the Alouettes with 9:08 to go in the opening half. This is the Ticats Audio Network.
This is the caretaker, Bob Young of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Now back to Luke and RJ on the Ticats Audio Network.
Always good to hear from the caretaker. The Tiger Cats are leading the Alouettes 7-6. In the first quarter over the last 3 games, Tiger Cats have been outscored 16-1. But the second quarter, much different. 30-10, they've outscored opponents in their last 3 games. We're in the second quarter now. Tiger Cats have the football. Schultz in at quarterback. Gets the snap, throws immediately to his right, and it's complete to Tyler Turnowski, who gets his first reception of the night, and it'll be a couple yards shy of the first down.
Great to see Turnowski get involved, and he's kind of a jackknife. I mean, they're going to use him everywhere. He's made special teams tackles this year, and he's made great catches when he's been called on. This first down efficiency started to go better last week in BC, and they're continuing that trend tonight.
5th receiver to catch a pass for the Tiger Cats tonight. 2nd and 3 from their own 47. Matthew Schultz back to pass again. Tim White makes the catch, took a hit, hangs onto the football. He's across midfield, and it's a first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
Wow, great job by Tim White. That looked like it was going to be broken up there by Mike Jones, the cornerback for the Alouettes. And not only did Tim White make the reception, but he slipped away from the tackle as well.
Matt Schultz perfect, 5 for 5, 42 yards, and he's been pretty good rushing the ball too. 30-yard rush earlier. This time he's in trouble, and he's able to get rid of that football before taking a sack that would have been about a 15-yard loss. So a smart play by Schultz to throw that one away.
Yeah, very smart. It looked like he was going to be taken down there, and he got rid of it just in the nick of time. And that decision and that move right there is so important. That would have been something like a 10 or 12 yard loss and would have realistically put an end to this drive. just smart play there to get rid of it in a safe direction.
So 2nd and 10 from the Montreal 52-yard line. Matthew Schultz, empty backfield, few steps back in the shotgun, and he had Stephen Dunbar running left to right across the field, had it in his hands for a moment but couldn't hang on. It's incomplete, and the Tiger Cats will have to punt.
It was a little bit of it was coming in a little bit hot because Matt Schultz had to get rid of it, and it was a little hot and a little high, but Steve Dunbar Jr., well, we saw one of the most spectacular catches from him 2 weeks ago. And of course he can catch that as well, but it is just hard, especially if you don't have your eyes quite ready yet across the field and you're moving in a very different direction than the football on a play like that, on a crossing route, and it's hard to pull that in.
Tiger Cats special teams has been strong all year, but Chandler Worthy's had some big returns in this game. Michael Damagala on his own 43-yard line to kick this football, this time into with the wind. And he has a pretty good kick. That'll drift. Worthy back inside his own 5. Cuts to his left and drags a couple of Hamilton special teams players up to about the 14-yard line. So the Alouettes, trailing this game by 1, are going back to offense when we come back on the Ticats Audio Network. Under the lights at Tim Hortons Field. 7:02 to go in the half. Tiger Cats are leading the Alouettes 7-6. The defenses have been the story. Touchdown for the Tiger Cats scored by Jamie Newman. All 3 quarterbacks have seen action for the Tiger Cats in this opening half. Trevor Harris in at quarterback to begin this drive for the Alouettes. He's been in at quarterback for the whole time, trying to go deep to Eugene Lewis, and he's so good at catching those jump balls right in front of Cariel Brooks. It is a huge gain for the Alouettes. They have a first down and a little breathing room from their own end zone.
Yeah, huge gain. And Chandler Worthy has kind of been, Eugene Lewis has kind of been the standout tonight offensively for the Alouettes. And good on Trevor Harris to give him a chance. It was really actually tight coverage by Cariel Brooks.
27-yard gain, and the Alouettes are up to their own 41-yard line now. Trevor Harris wants to change the play. Walked up under center. He's letting the receivers know now. It can be loud at Tim Hortons Field for the offense. Trevor Harris gets it and throws it immediately off to his right to Jake Winicky. Caught it behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll get a gain of a few yards. Eugene Lewis up to 46 yards receiving in the game. Jake Winicky now with 13 yards. That was a 2-yard gain. Alouettes changing the play, so probably just pleased with some positive yardage there. 2nd and 8 from their own 43-yard line. 2nd and long. Trevor Harris in the shotgun. Looks to his right. Under pressure, throws, and it's short. Bounces in front of Jake Winicky. It's incomplete. And the Alouettes are going to have to punt the ball back to the Tiger Cats.
That was Cariel Brooks in coverage on the long reception to Eugene Lewis, and then that was him right there on Jake Winicky to break that up and put a stop to that drive. Great job. I mean, the Ticat defense, they let that one explosive pass and then bounce right back with stopping the drive before the chains move again.
Joseph Zima, the punter for the Alouettes. 5 minutes, 13 seconds. The clock is running. That's all that's left in the half. Tiger Cats lead the game by 1. Lawrence Woods is way back as Zima's going to punt this into the wind. And it's a very good kick. Woods drifts off to his left, catches it at the 20, right at the numbers, runs straight up the numbers, and he'll only get a return of a few yards. He'll be shy of the 30-yard line. And it's Dane Evans coming back on the field after Matt Schultz was involved in the last couple series. Some pushing and shoving on the field.
The Alouettes were really able to capitalize on the wind, and of course everything goes into this. All the other game circumstance goes into this, but their first quarter they dominated field position. I mean, the whole thing happened into the Ticats end, and it hasn't been so lopsided in this second quarter with the Ticats having the wind at the back.
Should be noted they only got 3 points in that opening quarter.
True.
Even though they had a
great defensive stops.
Yeah, big advantage in field position. Dane Evans gets the snap, hands off, to Don Jackson, who had a pretty good burst up the middle, spins down to the ground. He will get a gain of looks like about 4 or 5.
Notably missing tonight is Chris Van Zyl, and the offensive line again has to deal with some, change-ups.
Yes.
And they had a little consistency going, but now with this, they're sort of back to what we saw early in the year, where they kind of had a different lineup every week. But so far, Dane and Matt Schultz have had some time and been able to make some plays.
Just over 4 minutes to go in the half. That was the first rush for Don Jackson in the game. He has caught a ball out of the backfield. Throwing deep to the near sideline, Stephen Dunbar has it knocked away by Rodney Randall Jr. And the Tiger Cats are 2 and out here.
Again, though, I like the decision. Dane looked quickly to his right with a couple short Oscar routes, sort of the 5-yard out routes there, and gave Stephen Dunbar a chance to make a play downfield. It was really an excellent pass breakup.
Tiger Cats are with the wind. They have scored a touchdown in this second quarter, but now Damagala punting with the wind to the dangerous Chandler Worthy. He has been a factor in this game, running to his left, fakes up the middle, goes to the left again, and finally tracked down and tackled by Alden Darby Jr., who's been a starter for the last few games.
Here they go.
There is a flag on the field.
So we just saw the punt going the other way with a huge scuffle after Lawrence Woods was on the ground. And now the punt's back the other way. And these are 2 really good coverage teams and really good return teams. And so these special teams units, these guys are out here battling with each other, 4 different ways each game, in the punting and returning on kicks and punts. And a lot of aggression and moving bodies down there. And be interested to see which team gets this foul.
Yeah.
It's clearly going to be a unnecessary roughness type of penalty.
Yeah, well, you said
Montreal number 38. Half distance to goal. First down, Montreal.
That's Christophe Normand. Probably not happy with the Jovan Santos Knox hit as he was going after Trevor Harris.
Yeah.
Still a little bee under his bonnet after that, and he takes this penalty, and that'll push the Alouettes back to their own 13-yard line to begin the drive into the wind with 3 minutes, 35 seconds to go in the half. Clock is running. Trevor Harris has 2 receivers off to his left. That's the boundary side. Fakes the handoff, stays in the pocket, pressure's there, and they bring him down. He's sacked again. Micah Johnson is celebrating that quarterback sack.
That is awesome. Micah Johnson with his second sack tonight. And you gotta do this with Trevor Harris, and they're doing just an unbelievable job so far. Ticats are actually last in the league coming into this game with sacks 4. They haven't been able to make much pressure on opposing quarterbacks, and tonight they are all over it. Micah Johnson.
Do you think they knew that stat? They seem to be pretty hungry to get to the quarterback
You're right.
tonight.
They do seem a little bit of a chip on your shoulder type of thing right now.
3rd sack in the opening half. Alouettes now on their own 7. It's 2nd and 16. And the handoff goes to Jeshwin Antwi, and he gets a pretty good run out of the end zone. He'll get across the 20. It's not enough for a first down, and the Tiger Cats will be getting this ball back. We are at the 3-minute warning. There's 2 minutes, 36 seconds to go in the opening half. Tiger Cats are leading 7-6. We'll be back on the Ticats Audio Network. And we've had a few people email in already. Want to say hi to Mark Tice, Clearwater County in northern Alberta. Raymond Chang in Markham, and Bruce Ransbury is delivering beer tonight, and he wants to say hi to Luke. Do you have an order here?
I don't think so. Did I actually press the wrong button on my phone?
Bruce, if you don't mind taking a detour.
Bruce, good to have you listening, man. Hope you drive safe. Hope you can clear reception for RJ and I throughout the night, and hopefully catch a Ticats win here across the airwaves.
Absolutely. Let us know where you're listening from tonight. Email ticats@gameday.ca. You could win a pair of Ticats tickets. Always fun to find out where people are listening from. So, 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the half. Tiger Cats are leading by a point. It's 7-6, and the Alouettes are punting into the wind, and this one got hung up in the wind. A high punt from Zima. Lawrence Woods comes up to his own 50. Wanted to go up the middle, cut off to the right, and he's going to not get past the 50 as he kind of cut back and lost some yardage. But it will still be decent field position for the Tiger Cats with just over 2 minutes to go in the half.
Yeah, a great time to capitalize on this. Just shy of the Ticat logo there, which is on their own 50-yard line. But twice we've seen Lawrence Woods tonight kind of second guess his direction there and actually lose a little bit of yardage on the return. And the Alouettes coverage teams, you got to hand it to them. They're playing very, very well.
Yes, they have held Lawrence Woods in check. He was a game-time decision, but he is playing. Dane Evans in at quarterback. 4 receivers off to the wide side of the field. That is to the left of Dane Evans. He looks right. Now he has to run. Moves to his right, and he throws open downfield. Tyler Turnowski. He is just shy of the Montreal 20-yard line, and still lots of time to go. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down, a 35-yard gain.
Man, just great across the board. Just starting with the protection, Dane Evans had time, and as he just moved just to his right, he was able to keep his eyes downfield. And Turnowski all the way from the left side of the field, crossing route, kept going, creating space, and just excellent play by the entire offensive unit.
Clock is running, minute 45 to go in the half. Ball on the Montreal 21. Dane Evans has Braylon Addison to his left, Don Jackson to his right, and he steps back and will pass. Backpedaling, he throws, it's high. Going up to try to make a circus catch with one hand was Tim White, but he could not make the grab. And there is a flag on the field. So it was a holding against the Tiger Cats, and it was Alex Fontana, number 53. So that'll move the Tiger Cats back. It'll be 1st and 20 now from the Alouettes 31-yard line. Minute 33 to go in the half. Dane Evans. Tiger Cats are overloading that left side again. They're on the far hash mark. This is the wide side of the field, the near side with the 4 receivers. Dane Evans looking that direction. Completes it to Stephen Dunbar. Takes a hit just inside the 30. Tried to spin away. Couldn't break the other tackle, and he's brought down. They'll put a dent into the 20 yards they needed, but still a long way to go on second down.
Yeah, your hope there on a 1st and long is to get half, and good reception there, but still a long ways to go on the second down. And again, kind of this has been the problem. You know, you get an ineffective first down followed up by a penalty, and flirting with having this drive end short of a touchdown.
2nd and 16 on the Montreal 27. Dane Evans back to pass, showing patience, completes it again to Tyler Turnowski. The Tiger Cats won't get back to the original line of scrimmage that was at the 21-yard line. And with a minute 5 to go, Seth Small comes on to attempt his first field goal of the game.
Turnowski gingerly getting up after that long reception and after the short reception there, which is the last play, and he clearly got a stinger on that tackle down the field, you know, and you can see how he's sort of cradling his arm as he walks off, but really, really great job for a young guy to make an impact.
He was banged up in training camp, missed the first few games. We hope he's all right. 30-yard attempt here for Seth Small. He is 3 for 4 on the season. His long this season is 28 yards, so this would be his season long from 30, and it's good. So Seth Small hits from 30 yards, and that increases the Tiger Cats' lead to 10-6 with 43 seconds to go in the opening half. A half that you look at the defense. You talked about a little earlier, that field position that Montreal really won the battle in the opening quarter. The defense comes up big, and they've held Montreal, who relies on their offense to win football games, to 2 field goals so far in the opening half.
Yeah, they've done a really, really great job. It starts with the front 4. This is their most impressive half of football that we've seen so far.
3 sacks for the Tiger Cats tonight.
Yep.
Alouettes will take this ball on their own 40. 43 seconds to go in the half. Tiger Cats are up 10-6. Trevor Harris breaks the huddle. Has running back Jeshrin Antwi lined up right behind him. 3 receivers to the left. That's the boundary side, but Harris throws to his right. It's complete to Eugene Lewis. Takes a hit from Ciante Evans, and then Cam Kelly able to bring him down. It's actually Reggie White Jr. who made that grab. It'll be a little short of the first down, though.
Yeah, great reception there, and Ciante Evans sort of had to make an awkward decision to try to break the pass up, or do you try to make a clean tackle and second down here.
30 seconds to go in the half. Oh, what a perfect toss that was from Trevor Harris. This time it is complete to Eugene Lewis. He just had it perfectly over the head of Jamal Roll, and it landed right into the arms of Eugene Lewis.
Yeah, you're right. And way down the sidelines, but Eugene Lewis caught that just standing still, looking back at the ball. That's a really smart throw there by Trevor Harris to put it right in that space where the defenders just can't close in on it quite quickly enough.
21-yard gain. Eugene Lewis up to 66 yards receiving in the opening half. 28 seconds to go in the half. Montreal in Hamilton territory on the Ticats 43. Trevor Harris off to the left again, looking for Lewis. And Ciante Evans, a great knockdown, breaks up that pass.
I love that call. So what you're thinking right now as a defensive coordinator is what is your highest probability to stop points from happening before the half? There's 25 seconds left. They're flirting with field goal range here, and Mark Washington calls cover 0 and just goes all blitz, break up the pass, get in the backfield quickly, and that's exactly what happened there. Great pressure, and Ciante Evans right up in the face of Eugene Lewis to break that up.
Big knockdown by Ciante Evans. That big play by the secondary brought to you by My Insurance Broker. 2nd and 10 from the Hamilton 43. Trevor Harris stays in the pocket, and oh boy, it was almost picked off. Closest to it was Ciante Evans, but he dove, could not come up with the interception.
Okay, we'll see which unit comes on. So they're on the 43-yard line.
Yeah, David Cote's out there, Luke.
There you go. So 50 yards into the wind.
Alouettes desperate for points. Cote's longest this year is 49 yards. And this might be a little extra too, Luke. Looks like
You're
it's
right.
going to be from the 51 into the wind. The flag's almost straight out into the face of David Cote.
Great opportunity on a miss here for Lawrence Woods.
The longest career field goal was by Cote this year. The kick is up and it's way short. At the 4-yard line, it's caught by Woods. Runs to his right, stutter steps, gets around the first tackle, gets to the outside, but didn't have enough room on that sideline, and he is pushed out of bounds. Tiger Cats will get this ball back. There's 8 seconds on the clock. There's also a flag on the field.
Yeah, they're calling holding on Cariel Brooks, way away from the run. And so the Ticats will march backwards to start this drive with just 8 seconds left, but
Tiger Cats defense, again, coming up big. They bent a little, didn't break. Holding the Alouettes to 6 points.
Return holding. Hamilton, number 26. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Boy, exactly like you called it, Luke. You saw it. And this is on the 6-yard line of the Tiger Cats with 8 seconds to go.
ugh. Just you know, and the quarter is going to be, the Ticats should be able to end the quarter with the ball in their hand, right? But that's so risky, that penalty. If Lawrence Woods had an opportunity to break that or to give the offense a chance to make it into field goal range, that penalty becomes, you know, a real costly infraction.
Yes.
You gotta avoid those things, and even when it doesn't matter like this, the habit of not making that penalty sometimes is going to make a difference in a game.
Tiger Cats aren't going to mess around. They take 2 knees. That will end the half, and they have a 10-6 lead at the half. All in all, Luke, what are your thoughts of the opening half?
Well, we have a great football game here. It's a 1-point game, and Hamilton has the lead. I think you've got to say that the Hamilton defense is just playing a really great game. To hold Trevor Harris and his offense to just 2 field goals, especially like we discussed after they pretty much had exceptional field position for most of that first quarter. Defense is playing excellent. really interested to see what's going to progress here with Matt Schultz and Dane Evans. I mean, no one's, it by no means is either quarterback playing poorly, but you know, some of the most exciting and productive offense was when Matt Schultz was in the game, actually. And I don't know, we'll see how that combination progresses or who's going to take the majority of these snaps in the second half. But, you know, I think still, RJ, one of the things you got to mark on is their red zone efficiency and the ability to turn those winning, productive drives into touchdowns.
No turnovers for the Tiger Cats, and for the fourth straight home game, the Tiger Cats have the lead at the half. They're up 10-6. Tiger Cats at the half with Bubba O'Neill and Andy Fantuz is next on the Ticats Audio Network.
The Ticats Audio Network.
Welcome back to Tim Hortons Field. RJ Broadhead with Luke Tasker. The second half is underway. Tiger Cats lead the Alouettes 10-6. Tiger Cats kicking off to the Alouettes, and Chandler Worthy, he has been a dominant factor for the Alouettes in this game. Gets another good return. He'll be close to the Hamilton 50-yard line.
That's Lawrence Woods with a big tackle there. And man, Chandler Worthy, he is really, really elite speed. And when he hits a gap, he's already through it. And the Ticats, they're covered. This has been their probably least impressive coverage game of the season. And they've been very, very impressive. But tonight, Chandler Worthy is giving the Alouettes great position, including right now just shy of their 50.
Montreal in the opening half had 8 drives. Wound up with 5 punts, 2 field goals, and a missed field goal. Handoff goes to Jeshrin Entwy. Tries to run off to the right and won't get much, maybe a yard. Jovan Santos Knox, he's in on the tackle. He had a big first half. That's now his 7th tackle of the game. And Luke, updated stats for leading tackler in the CFL?
What do we got? Jovan Santos
Yeah,
Knox.
okay, yes. It's
Still
easy when you're the
leading
first
charge.
game of the week.
Yeah, exactly. See what Larry Dean does for through the weekend out in Saskatchewan.
Trevor Harris changing the play, went under center, now talking to his receivers, waves his hands, now he's ready for the snap. It's an empty backfield. Looks to his right. It's complete to Jeshrin Entwy, but tackled immediately. And he'll be well short of the first down, so the Tiger Cats defense comes up big again. That's Kyle Wilson with another tackle.
Yeah, Kyle Wilson, I'm telling you, he's been right where he's needed to be all night. A couple really, really timely tackles, sure tackles in the open field. Ticats are #1 in the league in opponents' second down conversion. They have the least converted second downs against them, and tonight has been a lot of the same. Really, really effective against Trevor Harris on second down.
Montreal got the ball to begin this second half, and now they have to punt it to the Tiger Cats. Tiger Cats will be into the win for the third quarter. That means they'll have the win for the fourth. Lawrence Woods inside his own 10. Gets past the first wave of Alouettes and will take the ball to the 20-yard line. And that's where the Tiger Cats will begin their first possession of the second half. Dane Evans, he'll be the quarterback. Matthew Schultz saw some time, as did Jamie Newman, who scored the only touchdown of the game. His first regular season CFL touch turns into a touchdown. He'll always remember this game. Dane Evans in that opening half, his favorite target. He and Matthew Schultz both throwing passes, but Tyler Turnowski, 47 yards to lead the Tiger Cats in the opening half. Keandre Smith into the game. He's at the far side. Pass comes to the near side. It's Don Jackson out of the backfield, and he takes a hard hit as he got to the near sideline. He'll be very close to a first down, though.
I really like that concept to the short side of the field, which happened to be Dane Evans' right. And Stephen Dunbar Jr. actually motioned down to be the inside receiver and run a short Oscar route. But in doing so, he kind of makes a natural pick for Don Jackson coming out of the backfield, and those linebackers can't track him to the flat. And Dane Evans does a great job to quickly get it out to him and give him a chance to turn upfield for an 8-yard gain. Great play call, good timing.
So up to the 28-yard line of the Tiger Cats. They're 2nd and 2. Jake Burt comes into the game. And the handoff goes to Don Jackson. He runs straight ahead, keeps the legs moving, and he does have enough for the first down, presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
Great job by the Ticats front five. Colin Kelly has moved over to right tackle to replace Chris Van Zyl, and Travis Vorncall is in at left tackle. And again, with the second down conversions, they have been last in the league offensively to convert second downs, and it's a lot different when you're in 2nd and 2 than when you're in 2nd and 8, and that offensive line can breathe a little bit, and they can have a little confidence pushing those front four around and getting Don Jackson through the hole.
Yeah, the statistic with the second down conversions doesn't care if it's 2nd and 1 or 2nd and 10. Dane Evans pushed out of the pocket on the run, throws on the run, and it's a little bit high for Stephen Dunbar Jr. He tried to make another one of those one-handed catches. This time he could not complete it. Dane Evans scrambling. Beautiful evening in Hamilton. It's warm, still near 30 degrees. Early in the second half, Tiger Cats are leading the Alouettes 10-6. The wind coming from the southwest. It's into the face of the Tiger Cats right now as they're on offense. 2nd and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Dane Evans, bank to pass, stays in the pocket, pressure's on, throws out to the right. He's got an open receiver. It's Keandre Smith with his first CFL catch, and look at him go. He's up across the 50, near midfield. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an Active Green and Ross first down.
Great job, Keandre Smith, coming into the spotlight all of a sudden, and he was sitting out there. Dane Evans, incredible job to escape the pockets and find Smith to his far right. Ticats are now 4 for 11 on second down conversions.
Welcome to the CFL, Keandre Smith. Big gain, 21-yard gain, and now up to the 54-yard line. Off to the right was Sean Thomas Erlington, who got the handoff, and it is another first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
Great little pitch, Sean Thomas Erlington to the right, and it was set up beautifully, really great. They had a pulling lineman coming out to the right. Great timing between a blocker and a ball carrier, and it makes all the difference and allows Sean Thomas Erlington to set that blocker up and make his move, and boy, really, really impressive drive here.
Tiger Cats now on the Montreal 40. Dane Evans, quick throw. It's complete to Stephen Dunbar Jr. Cuts to the middle, back to the right. He's to the 20, the 15, the 10. Touchdown, Tiger Cats! Stephen Dunbar does it again.
Oh, wow. I mean, Dane Evans so quickly gets the ball, and Stephen Dunbar Jr., he made one little juke right off the bat to his wide receiver screen, and then hit the gap between his blockers right up the sidelines. Just beautiful. You can feel the energy and the momentum sort of vibrating off of the Hamilton offense right now.
40-yard touchdown. Stephen Dunbar's 5th touchdown of the season, leads the Tiger Cats, and that touchdown was driven by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. All 40 yards came after the catch. Stephen Dunbar made that happen. Seth Small in for the convert. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Tiger Cats came in all season having scored just 12 points in the third quarter. They immediately get a touchdown here. They lead it 17-6. There is a flag. We'll sort that out when we come back. Tiger Cats, an early score in the second half, and they are up by 11. This is the Ticats Audio Network.
This is Hall of Famer Henry Burris. Now back to Luke and RJ on the Ticats Audio Network.
$9:28 to go in the third quarter. Stephen Dunbar Jr. does it again. His 5th touchdown of the season. He's scored a touchdown in back-to-back games. And it's 17-6, Tiger Cats leading. That penalty was against Montreal, so Michael Damagala kicking off from the 45-yard line. Chandler Worthy a couple of yards in his own end zone. Brings it out to the 10, tries to run outside the numbers, and it is a great tackle by Alden Darby Jr. The Swiss Army knife. He can do whatever the Ticats need him to do.
That was awesome. What a well-placed kick. So to capitalize on that penalty that was after the extra point attempt, to capitalize on that, you don't want to boot that ball way out of the end zone. You know, you don't want to take the single. You want to pin them deep. they returned that ball, and Alden Darby, who's been starting on every defensive snap this whole season until just tonight, when Cariel Brooks comes back, well, that means Alden Darby is in on all the special teams, all of them. And that is what you need a guy like Alden Darby to do. He is a guy who can start in the CFL on defense, and when he's playing special teams, you want to play like that out of every game, and just unbelievable tackle right at the 11-yard line.
So Montreal, starting from their own 12, one receiver to the boundary side, three on the wide side of the field. Trevor Harris looks to his right. That's the wide side. A quick throw. It is not caught. Fergie Mayala was the intended receiver, but Ciante Evans got there immediately and prevented him from making the catch.
Again, the pressure. Trevor Harris makes a quick decision, and it's on target, but Ciante Evans able to really, really hover down in that coverage and get really, really close. Great position to break up the pass. It was difficult. It was going to be a catch really low to the ground, but man, 2nd and 10 on their own 11.
Tim Hortons Field trying to bank the defense here. This is a big 2nd down. Montreal's been pretty good at converting them. This is a long one, though. Trevor Harris under pressure, throws to his left, and it's incomplete. Great coverage again, intended for Mayala, and Jamal Roll this time breaks it up. So Montreal will have to punt from deep in their own end.
Yeah, and the field position actually kind of trending towards Hamilton, and that's while they're fighting against the wind. Right now, Montreal has made 4 of their 14 2nd down attempts. Hamilton's made 5 of their 11 2nd down attempts. It's just, that's what you need from this defense, and they're stepping up big tonight.
Joseph Zima is about level with the upright, a yard or two into the end zone. He is punting with the wind, so Lawrence Woods standing on his own 45-yard line.
Happy birthday.
Challenging the previous play for defensive pass interference. The play will be reviewed.
So that's the delay. There's a challenge coming from Danny Machocha in the Montreal sideline. They think there's pass interference on Jamal Roll. We'll have to get another look at this. What do you think, Luke?
Yeah, only having seen it live, I was searching for a flag, after the play, and no one even reached for it or thought about it, apparently. Let's see if we get another look at it here. It was pretty close. I mean, Jamal Roll was right there.
Well, we'll take a break, and we'll have the result of the challenge when we come back. Ticats lead 17-6, 8:48 to go in the 3rd quarter. This is the Ticats Audio Network. We're getting a ton of emails. Great to find out where you're listening from. Want to say hello to Henry Collins in Tilsonburg. Andre Faneuf is here at Tim Hortons Field. So hello, Andre, listening on Ticats.ca. And Carl Lupson in Southampton, Bermuda. It's a beautiful evening in Hamilton, and I assume it's a beautiful evening in Bermuda.
Yeah, that's cool. We've gotten some cool ones. We've been to Europe, South America, Hawaii last week, and now we get Bermuda. Guatemala we had, yes. Yeah, very cool. And yeah, great that folks can listen to it here in the stadium. You can go to Ticats.ca and you can get your earbuds in and listen to RJ Broadhead's sultry voice as you watch the game live.
and Luke's great analysis, up-to-date stats. So let us know where you're listening in from. Email ticats@gameday.ca. You can win a pair of Ticats tickets. So we're in the middle of a challenge
After
here.
review, the ruling on the field stands. Montreal, by losing it as challenge, has lost a timeout.
Wow.
It's 3rd down.
So Tim Croker, the referee, right on cue, gives us the result of that challenge. So Jamal Roll, that will go down as terrific coverage, not pass interference.
Yeah, as tight as coverage can be without being a penalty. That was just excellent.
So back to that same scenario where Joseph Zima is standing parallel to his own upright inside his end zone, a yard or two in, and Lawrence Woods back at his own 40. Zima punting with the wind. The kick is up, and it's not a very good punt. It bounces at midfield, bounces very high. Lawrence Woods waits for it. Montreal looks like they were able to stay in that 5-yard halo, but they do stop Lawrence Woods right at midfield. 7th punt tonight for the Alouettes, so the Tiger Cats defense has done its job.
Boy, you really wish Lawrence Woods would have the opportunity to come up and field that cleanly. There's just a better chance of good things happening, and you got it. One of the strongest aspects of the Alouettes game tonight has been their coverage units. They have been down very quickly down the field, very disciplined in their, control for the no yards penalty, and they really have limited any production from the return game.
Good field position for the Tiger Cats. Best starting field position of the night, in fact. They are in Montreal territory, just barely on the Montreal 54, just across midfield. Dane Evans, quarterback keeper, and weaves his way for a few yards. He'll be a little bit short of the first down, but he's inside the Montreal 50.
Yeah, good run, quarterback draw, and he weaved his way through for a successful first down. The Ticats have really, really improved their first down efficiency as the season's gone on.
2nd and 4 from the Montreal 48-yard line. Tiger Cats are in the huddle. Dane Evans looking at his wristband on his left wrist. Puts his mouth guard in, and Tiger Cats are set to go. Stephen Dunbar Jr. coming off his 5th touchdown of the season on the last drive for the Tiger Cats. He's out to the right, and the pass goes to him. Catches it at the 35, and Alouettes, 3 of them are needed to bring down Stephen Dunbar inside the 35-yard line. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down.
We saw Trevor Harris with what would be really an elite expert throw on the sidelines towards the Ticats here, and that was an expert throw by Dane Evans. He was in the pocket, set his feet, and threw the ball into what looked like a ton of Alouette players, but it was right on the money to Stephen Dunbar Jr. where only he could get it. Awesome second down conversion.
6:44 to go in the third quarter. Hamilton has 5 first downs in this half. Montreal has none, and Don Jackson almost broke that. And did the ball come loose? Montreal's saying they have the football.
They sure are.
And they do have the football. The question is, was it a fumble by Don Jackson?
Micah Alway. Yeah. Okay, they're calling it a fumble and a turnover after what was a great run by Don Jackson.
The second half turnovers.
Second half turnovers.
That has been a big issue for the Tiger Cats.
They weren't quite into the red zone yet.
Interesting. We're getting a replay here, Luke. I don't know if this will be challenged by Coach O. There's a few Tiger Cats.
It was actually a really great run.
Ruling is that the runner was down by contact. It's going to be second down.
Okay.
So not a fumble. That's the second time tonight we've
I think that one came right from upstairs. They overturned it immediately short of a challenge. I mean, that was just really obvious when you look at it again. The ball was clearly not out by the time Don Jackson was fully on the ground. So no worries there. Great run by Don Jackson. He really made a lot of work and effort to get those 7 yards.
Yes. And now Orlando Steinauer has to get that red flag back in his pocket. Didn't have to challenge.
You know, the lost challenge by the Alouettes, that timeout may end up mattering here as well. They've only got one left now.
So 2nd and 3 from the Alouettes 27. Dane Evans looks like he's going deep. Stephen Dunbar Jr. the target. He goes up and he makes the catch. No, they're saying he did not make the catch. They're waving it down. Stephen Dunbar is holding his arms in the air in the touchdown signal right in front of the official. He thinks he did make the catch.
So have you ever seen that? The wide receiver thinks he scored a touchdown. The DB thinks he got an interception, and the referee says incomplete.
So Stephen Dunbar has the ball. And, well, it does come out after he hits the ground.
It really did look like he secured it.
Yes. So he lands on his back, has the football.
I mean, you got to get it. Rodney Randall Jr., that's an unbelievable job of stripping the ball out as you're falling to the ground.
A couple of strange plays in a row here. Tiger Cats are going to send Seth Small onto the field, so they won't challenge this. It's a 17-6 lead for the Tiger Cats, trying to add to it.
It's third down. Ruling on the field stands. It's third down.
Okay, just to let everybody know. And the fans at Tim Hortons Field, they aren't happy with it.
I don't think.
Oh, hang on. Coach O's thrown the challenge flag. way out at the numbers he threw that flag.
He meant it. And I actually don't know if I agree with this challenge. I don't think, for the call having been no completion on the field, I don't know if there's enough to overturn this.
What about pass interference?
Hamilton is challenging the ruling of defensive pass interference.
Nice, RJ. Oh, baby. Put this guy on the panel. Yeah, you're right. But
You've taught me well, Luke.
As they entered the end zone, there was a lot of pulling going on right on his shirt, right on the collar of his shirt, and that kind of wasn't in the early conversation. It was just worried about if there was a catch or not. But you're absolutely right. I think there's reason enough to say that there was a lot of pushing going on.
So we're getting another look at it, and the collar of Stephen Dunbar's jersey is being held by Randall Jr.
And if this gets turned into a pass interference, Ticats are right down onto the close to the goal line there. And
so it's 17-6 for the Tiger Cats with a challenge from Coach O. We'll have to see how this pans out, but you're right with the challenging the incomplete pass probably wouldn't have worked, but this didn't Orlando Steinauer win one of these against BC? One of these challenges, the old defensive back, he knows. He knows.
He knows what wasn't
Hall
supposed to
of Famer.
happen. Yeah, exactly. And boy, this would be a timely penalty for the Ticats and a chance to move down into the red zone.
Yes.
And we've seen the Ticats kind of fix a lot of issues, and of course a lot of game left to play. But the turnover issue, the first down efficiency issue, the second down conversion percentage. I mean, they're climbing up further into a positive territory in all of these categories, and it shows on the scoreboard. They have a 2-point lead now, and a chance here to move deep into scoring territory.
So the Tiger Cats in the third quarter in their previous 6 games had scored 12 points total. They already have 7 in this third quarter. Seth Small, he's still on the field, wondering if the challenge is not won by the Tiger Cats, if he'll be coming on to kick the field goal. If it is won by the Tiger Cats, they'll be thinking about a lot more than 3 points. Couple of injury updates. Curtis Newton will not return.
Pass interference. Montreal, number 32.
Wow.
Automatic first down at the 1-yard line.
Yep.
So Coach O wins another challenge, 3 for 4 on the year. And that's a big one because now the Tiger Cats, you heard it, they're on the 1-yard line.
RJ, I have to reiterate this. Dunbar thought he scored.
Yes.
Randall thought he had an interception because he did end up with the ball on the ground. It wasn't actually close, but he thought he did. The ref called it incomplete, and it ends up being pass interference.
So
what are we watching right now?
4 different scenarios, and all of them could have been right.
Wow. Yeah, really. Kind of each one was close to happening. And Ticats first down on the 1-yard line, a chance to get that red zone efficiency going.
And Jamie Newman in there again. He's already scored a touchdown. This time he tries to go straight ahead from the 1, and I don't think he got it, Luke.
Boy, to me, RJ, it seems like across the league there has been a better defensive stop rate on short yardage situations. Like we're seeing it more often. I think that there's just a lot of, it's hard to push those guys around up there, and and the offense gets a yard to start anyways. But I think we've seen this frequently, and now it's actually they lost a yard on that.
Yeah, they did. Tyrese Beverett, the former Tiger Cat, was the wall on the goal line that didn't let Jamie Newman into the end zone. So Newman heads off to the sideline, and Dane Evans is back in there as the ball is pushed back to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal for the Tiger Cats. They lead 17-6. There's 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Dane Evans in the shotgun. Hands off to Don Jackson, and he stood up immediately, battles through the tackle, and it's a touchdown for Don Jackson. What a strong run that was.
Awesome play. You know what, RJ? You gotta hand it to the Ticats, because if that run gets stopped, what's everybody saying? Why are we running the ball on the 2-yard line? Why are we running the ball on the 2-yard line? Well, Don Jackson just made it happen, and Dane, clean handoff, clean decision, and just great to see. And that is just when one thing starts going right, a lot of things are easier to get right, and the Ticats have it, rolling right now.
That was A lot of will added with a bit of skill. 2-yard run for Don Jackson for the touchdown was driven by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. And the Tiger Cats in this game, in the third quarter, have scored more points tonight than they had in all the previous 6 third quarters this season. Seth Small steps up and he hits the convert. And now the lead, dare I say, is starting to get slightly comfortable. 24-6, the Tiger Cats lead. And the defense has been rock solid. There's still lots of time. 4 minutes, 31 seconds to go in the third quarter. Tiger Cats are up by 18. We'll be back on the Ticats Audio Network. Tiger Cats playing a strong game, up 24-6. They've scored touchdowns on back-to-back drives. Just the third time they've done that this season. 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Michael Damagala kicking off. And Chandler Worthy, he has been dominant for Montreal. Picks it up at his own 15, runs to the right. He's got an opening, trying to get to the outside. Lawrence Woods had that outside, but he was blocked. And a long run for Worthy, but another good return up to the Montreal 45-yard line.
Yeah, you've got Tyler Tarnowski and Newton out of the lineup, and two guys who have been making plays for the Ticats on special teams. But again, the special teams battle, it's really in favor of the Alouettes tonight. Both return and coverage has just been impressive there. And of course, you got a guy like Chandler Worthy who can make a lot of plays back there.
Trevor Harris, 12 for 22, 124 yards. He's also the Alouettes' leading rusher with 10 yards. So the run defense has been strong again. Montreal starting from their own 45. This is a handoff to Jeshwin Antwi, and that will be the biggest run of the game for the Alouettes. They'll be very close to a first down, maybe a yard shy.
This is the time of the game where the defense has to buckle down. If you let Trevor Harris start to steal some of this back and enter the fourth quarter with a little bit of momentum, the Ticats need to dominate from here out. They need to make it clear that they've turned the page on these bad second halves. We'll see what Trevor Harris is able to put together.
Absolutely. Short yardage, Dominic Davis in under center, and he dives ahead for a yard, and that should be enough. Yes, it is. It's a first down for Montreal, and they're just past midfield, so in Hamilton territory barely. It's the first down for Montreal in the second half. And there's 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
The third quarters have not been great for the Ticats, like you've said, and tonight they turned the page on that as well.
14 points in the third quarter for the Tiger Cats. That's extended their lead, and clearly with Montreal, their first down, they haven't scored in the second half. Chandler Worthy getting some time on offense. He's been so dominant on returning kicks and punts. This time he only gets a couple of yards on the handoff.
Love to see that cover two from Mark Washington here the wind is at Montreal's back, and so they are right on the edge of field goal position on the Ticat 51 here with a 2nd and 6. A wonderful opportunity for the Ticats to stop this drive, but 4 points are nearly guaranteed.
Tiger Cats into the wind have outscored Montreal 14-0 in this third quarter. Trevor Harris, 2nd and 7. Wow. Pressure's on, and the Tiger Cats get to him again. Julian Hauser looks like he might have his 4th sack of the season. Jovan Santos-Knox was close by, but the big key there is it pushes Montreal back even further with the wind. They'll have to punt this.
Yeah, great stop there. Not cover 0, it was actually cover 10 Sam, and Cam Kelly, the Sam linebacker, goes back deep to occupy the middle, and that puts Tunde Adeleke up in coverage. So it's very close to a light cover 0, and they add in all those extras into pressure. Awesome job by the Ticat rush.
Julian Hauser, 4th sack of the season. Oh, it's a fake here. It's to Christophe Normand. The Montreal Alouettes are going to get the first down and more. They're inside the 40. They caught the Tiger Cats with the fake. The snap went directly to the fullback, Christophe Normand. He ran to the right, and this drive stays alive for Montreal.
So sometimes in those situations, you see what's called punt safe, where the defense stays on the field and runs the punt return. And the Ticats did not do that. They had their punt return unit out there. As we know, they're missing some notable guys in their in their special teams units, and Montreal taking advantage of it. Really well executed.
Felix Gauthier actually caught Normand from behind. So now on to the Hamilton 36. Not much time to go in the third quarter. 37 seconds, the clock is running. Trevor Harris changes the play, and he's going to keep it. Runs straight up the middle, takes the hit from Kyle Lewis. He won't have enough for the first down. Looks like a gain of about 5 yards for Harris on that run. They're going to give him 6 yards, so 2nd and 4 here for the Alouettes. 10 seconds, clock is running. Likely the last play of the third quarter. Tiger Cats lead 24-6. 2nd and 4 from the Tiger Cats 30-yard line. Trevor Harris again calling an audible, waving his hands. Normand comes a little closer to Harris to buy him some time. Throws off to his left. It's complete to Jeshrin Antwi out of the backfield, and he is tackled at the 20. It's a first down for Montreal, and that's the end of the third quarter. Tiger Cats outscore Montreal in that third quarter, 14-0. They increase their lead to 24-6, but Montreal threatening. It'll be the fourth quarter coming up. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network.
This is Jovan Santos Knox, number 45 for your Hamilton Ticats. Now we're back to the Ticats Audio Network.
Another big game for Jovan Santos Knox, 7 tackles. We're through 3 quarters at Tim Hortons Field. It's 24-6. Tiger Cats leading the Alouettes. Huge game. We've talked about it all week long on the Ticats Audio Network. Montreal at 2-4, second place in the East Division. Hamilton at 1-5. Hamilton showing cover zeros. It's 1st and 10 from the Hamilton 20. Trevor Harris gets rid of the ball quickly. It's complete to Walter Fletcher out of the backfield, and he will be forced out of bounds on the near side, right at about the 15-yard line. So about a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, pretty good gain against that cover zero, and to cover zero, the quarterback has to get the ball out of his hands quickly. There's so many guys rushing, and if there's no space created off the bat, but that little running back bubble to the right there is kind of exactly what is it's a great answer for cover zero.
2 receivers to the boundary side, including Eugene Lewis and Reggie White, but Trevor Harris throws to the left. It's complete to Hergy Mayala, and he'll be very close to the first down. Looks like they're giving him the first down. Got it by about a yard. So it'll be 1st and goal for Montreal early in the fourth quarter. Hergy Mayala gets his first catch of the game. Montreal has not scored a touchdown tonight. 2 field goals from David Cote. Early fourth quarter, Trevor Harris as Fletcher fakes the handoff under pressure, backpedaling. Oh, it's almost picked off by Cariel Brooks. He was the interceptions leader in the CFL last season, and his first game back almost had one.
And that would have been a 95-yard touchdown return.
Yeah, that's a
boy,
pick six.
It was very, very close. That is how he plays. You know, he's got a great ability to time up his breakup, and it lends it himself to, you know, quarterbacks feel more comfortable than they should when he's in coverage, because he can take it out with just the right time, and very close. 2nd
and goal. Ball's on the Hamilton 9. Trevor Harris gets the snap, backs up, throws to the end zone, and it's broken up again. This time, it's Cariel Brooks again. So 2 huge breakups. Welcome back to the Tiger Cats after the injury, and when the Ticats needed a big defensive play or 2, they got them from Cariel Brooks.
So you mentioned earlier, RJ, Cariel Brooks, you know, he's got a lot of respect for Eugene Lewis, as anybody should. He's a great receiver, and that's back-to-back in the score zone. Cariel Brooks totally outplays Eugene Lewis for the ball there. I mean, that's why he's so valuable to have back. Even though Alden Darby's been playing great, Cariel Brooks really makes a difference when he's on the field.
17-yard field goal attempt for David Cote. Tiger Cats have 8 pass knockdowns tonight. Another little chip shot for Cote. The defense Again, bending a little bit, but not breaking, forcing the Tiger Cats to a field goal. It's 24-9. Tiger Cats lead the Alouettes, and it's very early in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, RJ, to stop, the Alouettes were putting together a nice drive there. And right as the beginning of the fourth quarter starts, and you kind of have a sense of, what, why? why is it the fourth quarter? But to stop the field goal after driving quickly down into score zone there, again, the Ticats defense is just playing so well. 3 field goals are all that they've allowed for the whole night so far.
Tiger Cats back-to-back touchdown drives. Matthew Schultz comes in at quarterback, and he hands it off to Braylon Addison, who will be very close to the first down.
Yeah, Agent Zero. He's got every bit the ability of a true running back to find that gap and to find those holes and make his way upfield. That was a really impressive run out of the backfield.
Matthew Schultz under center. He gets the snap, needed to dive forward for about half a yard. And he should have enough, and he does. Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down. And Dane Evans comes back into the game. Matthew Schultz hasn't left the game, so we're seeing this 2-quarterback setup for the first time tonight, I believe, Luke.
That's right. We'll see what they come up with. They're both chatting in the backfield right now.
Dane Evans will not take the snap. It'll be Schultz. Evans is lined up in the slot. Now he comes a little closer right to the side of Matthew Schultz, and he peels off to the right side, and it's a handoff and nothing doing. So the Tiger Cats tried to get it to Addison again. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage. They tried a lot of sorcery there, but it turned into a run and not much of a gain.
Yeah, that's a great word for it. It kind of was interesting, actually. Matt Schultz very rapidly bubbled to the right, and clearly they were kind of setting up that double pass situation.
Yes.
And you do have to cover down. You got to respect it. Obviously, you have 2 professional throwers on the field, but nothing for Braylon Addison up the middle.
1 quarterback now, and it's Dane Evans. Tried the hard count. Montreal didn't bite. Might have done an audible. He was talking to his receivers. Empty backfield. Dane Evans throwing up the middle. He catches Stephen Dunbar on the run, and he is hit hard. Got inside the 25-yard line. A hard hit on Dunbar, and Montreal picks up the football. Mike Jones threw the hit, and Marc-Antoine Dequoy came up with the ball. Hamilton with a big run. Dunbar Jr. fumbles. Montreal recovers. We'll take a break. It's 24-9 with 11 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Thank you, Braylon. Big game for Braylon Addison, but it is a fourth quarter turnover for the Tiger Cats. There's 11 minutes, 3 seconds to go in the game. They lead 24-9. It was a 37-yard gain for Stephen Dunbar Jr., and Mike Jones threw a hit that Dunbar did not see coming. Marc-Antoine Dequoy picked up the loose fumble, and now Montreal takes over. They keep Hamilton off the board on that drive. It was looking promising. Montreal from their own 23. Harris going deep, throws it to Eugene Lewis. He makes the catch, gets to the Hamilton 50, the 45, and he's finally brought down by Tunde Adeleke and Jovan Santos Knox. And all of a sudden, Montreal's got some momentum.
Isn't that how it goes? And that is, you said, RJ, before the game started, 55 points off of turnovers in the fourth quarter this year. 55. And I mean, and the momentum is a real thing, and that enormous hit is equally as momentum gaining, you know, as was the turnover, and Trevor Harris making hay off of that costly turnover.
12th target tonight of Eugene Lewis. He's made 6 catches. Trevor Harris with time throws up the middle. Reggie White Jr. hit hard by Tunde Adeleke. He had the ball for a moment and it popped loose. They're going to call it incomplete, but Adeleke throws a massive hit.
How about that? Mike Jones, an incredible hit for Montreal, and Tunde Adeleke comes back with just such a great and well-timed hit to break up that pass. And Tunde, he has maybe the ability to hit harder in the defensive secondary, but with the most clean and perfect technique. You know, his helmet doesn't even touch. It's all shoulder pads. It's really an incredible thing.
2nd and 10 for Montreal from the Hamilton 42. Trevor Harris is changing the play. He walked up under center again and uses some hand signals to let the receivers out wide know what the plan is. It's a pass out of the backfield to Jeshuan Antwi. And Antwi will be very close to a first down. Yes, he's got it to the Hamilton 30-yard line, and that quiets the crowd at Tim Hortons Field.
So we're back into now at the Hamilton 30, where you're back into the sort of the game of can you stop them to just a field goal, or will they get a touchdown? And at a 15-point game, that's a big difference. You know, you can turn this into a one-score game if you're able to score the touchdown here by Trevor Harris.
Fresh set of downs for the Alouettes. They're on the Hamilton 30. Trevor Harris drops back, pump fakes, finds the open receiver. It's Reggie White Jr., and he'll be inside the 20. It's another first down for Montreal. They're into the red zone now.
Reggie White Jr. coming to making that, nice, trusty first down. That's a great play for that offense right after taking a big hit down the field. And, yeah, this is one of the best drives of the night for the Montreal offense.
And it's coming off the first turnover of the game. Tiger Cats fumbled, and the Alouettes recovered, trying to turn it into points. And that has been an Achilles heel for the Tiger Cats. Points off of turnovers. Now into the Hamilton 18-yard line. Trevor Harris again gets the snap, throws immediately off to his left, and battling for yards, getting just to the 10-yard line was Tyson Philpott, getting his first catch of the game.
After that, after the costly turnover on the Montreal 20-yard line, in the last 5 plays, Montreal has driven down the field for 77 yards in 5 plays. I mean, they've really capitalized on that on the fourth quarter turnover. And the Ticats defense, this 2nd and 3 here, what an opportunity to limit the damage from that turnover.
Ball is on the Hamilton 10-yard line. 2nd down, about half a quarter to go in the game. Trevor Harris hands off to Jeshuan Antwi, and he only needed a few yards. Looks like he got 3, and they're indicating a first down for Montreal. So this will be 1st and goal from the Hamilton 7-yard line, it appears. Well, the defense trying to come up big. This is 4th quarter. Tiger Cats need to get rid of these 4th quarter demons that have haunted them this season. Trevor Harris gets the snap, throws immediately off to the right. Jake Winicky, he was the touchdown leader last year in the CFL with 11. He doesn't have any this year, but he's not in the end zone. He is inside the Hamilton 5-yard line to the 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay. You got to wonder here if the Ticats do make the stop. Well, it'll depend on how many yards Montreal's able to gain, but they're down on the 4-yard line with a 15-point game, 6 minutes left.
Jeshuan Antwi just to the left of Trevor Harris, right beside him. The snap. Harris wants to pass. Looks to the end zone. He might run it. A short little toss as he got to the line of scrimmage. It's a touchdown. Complete to Hergy Mayala. And Montreal is making a late comeback here. It's 24-15 with a convert coming up.
Boy, the CFL fans have seen Trevor Harris do this throughout his career. You can kind of sense him. Things are clicking right now. He's pushing the ball down the field. That play there, he kind of snuck to his left, and right before committing to trying to run that into the end zone, he took one more look and flicked the ball to his guy standing right there, across the goal line, and it's just really smart. He's playing like a winner right now, and at times when he's done this in his career, he's led 15 comebacks for victories throughout his career, and he knows how to do it.
Montreal going for 2, trying to make it a 7-point game. Handoff goes to Antwi, and he is tripped up. No indication yet. He's very close. He's in the end zone, but the question is, where was he down? The officials are discussing this. It was an 8-play, 87-yard drive. There's a shoe on the field. That's not in the end zone either. Antwi runs to the right, and he's the one who lost the shoe, and he might have scored. If he hadn't lost that shoe, he was pushing off with his right foot.
You're right. I think they are going to call this that he broke the plane of the end zone.
So Tiger Cats, looks like Jovan Santos Knox is celebrating.
On the field is that the ball carrier was down by contact prior to the gaining the goal area. The play is automatically reviewed.
Okay, so there's a review going on. We will take a quick break. 5:56 to go. Montreal are waiting to see if they got the 2-point convert. We will find out when we come back on the Ticats Audio Network.
This week on the Ticats Audio Network.
I'm going to say this. Hockey mentality about football coaches. Okay? Everything in this country is based on hockey. Like when you get a 1-game suspension in the CFL, someone goes, it should be 8. We're not playing hockey, guys. Stop. Okay? We don't fire coaches in midseason and bring in people and win the Stanley Cup like they do in hockey. That does not happen in football.
Well, that's Dave Naylor from TSN. He was so knowledgeable, stating that we need to look at CFL coaches' jobs differently. That was the discussion on the CFL this week with host Bubba O'Neill. Every Tuesday, a new roundtable joins him on the Ticats Audio Network. So Sweet Caroline is belting through the speakers at Tim Hortons Field, and the crowd definitely into it. A Hamilton Proud flag is going across the stands. The fans are passing it along. And we're waiting to get the call, and it's going to be no, Jeshrin Antwi did not get the 2-point conversion. So it's 24-15.
Yeah, that's hugely important.
After automatic review by the command center, it is determined that the runner was not touched, therefore the convert is good.
Oh, okay. So it is good. So he was down, it appeared, and pardon me, he was not touched, so he gets the convert. They hadn't updated the scoreboard here, so that's very big, as it's 24-17, 7-point lead for the Tiger Cats. It was 24-6. Kickoff caught by Lawrence Woods at his own 20. Runs to the near side along the numbers, and he's hit at the 40-yard line, and that's where he stopped. We will take a break. The Tiger Cats are leading 24-17. Not as comfortable a lead as it was a little while ago. There's 5:50 to go in the game. We'll be back on the Ticats Audio Network. Another exciting finish for the Tiger Cats at home. They lead 24-17. It was a 24-6 lead. A fumble leads to a Montreal touchdown, then a 2-point conversion, and it's a 1-score game. Lots of time to go in this fourth quarter. Tiger Cats are with the wind. In at quarterback is Matthew Schultz. Has Don Jackson just to his left. 4 receivers off to the field side. Now Braylon Addison cuts in front, and Schultz will keep. Runs to his left, cuts back to the middle, dives ahead. He's across the 45. He'll be just a little short of the first down.
Braylon Addison was the number 4 receiver to Schultz right, so the most inside receiver to the quad set. He motioned across the line of scrimmage and ended up being the lead blocker to the left. Schultz kept the ball, winner on the left, and just a great job, interacting with the blocker and the ball carrier. And Matt Schultz really made that into a positive gain when it looked like it was going to be a very minimal gain.
Schultz stays in at 2nd and 3 on the Hamilton 45. Schultz throws. It's complete to Don Jackson. He got to the 50-yard line, and that is enough for the first down. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down. Matthew Schultz in the game against his former club. He's 6 for 8 for 48 yards. He's also the leading rusher for the Tiger Cats with 39 yards on the ground. Hamilton's moved up to their own 51-yard line. Keandre Smith into the game with the injury to Tyler Turnowski. Lamar Durant, his first game back, he has not been targeted yet. Don Jackson, again, he's behind the line of scrimmage, and he gets the pass and might have battled back to get to the line of scrimmage, or maybe a slight loss?
Yeah, the Ticats were very, very late snapping the ball there as well. I actually thought there was going to be a flag thrown for delay of game, but yeah, Don Jackson, that ball was out in the backfield to the left, and he there was nowhere to go. There was nothing really to be gained there. He just did his best to lose as few yards as he could.
Loss of 4. So 2nd and 14. It's gotten quite quiet at Tim Hortons Field. Ball on the Hamilton 47. Big second down here. 2nd and long. Matthew Schultz at quarterback. Drops back. Stays in the pocket. Going deep. Looking for Stephen Dunbar Jr. And it's broken up by Rodney Randall. And it will be a punting situation for the Tiger Cats with 3 minutes and 42 seconds to go. And it's a 7-point lead.
Well, the Alouettes started the last drive, which was the best drive of the game for them, on their own 20-yard line. A 90-yard drive for a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And now Trevor Harris is probably, with a reasonable return, going to get a shorter distance to drive. That was actually an 85-yard drive there, and he's going to get a chance to do that again now, maybe with even better field position to start.
Yeah. Michael Domagala on to punt. Montreal, their first 10 drives, they managed 127 net yards. Their last 2 drives, 146 net yards. Have they figured something out? Michael Domagala standing on his own 33-yard line to punt this football. He's got the wind behind him. The very dangerous Chandler Worthy is standing on his own 16-yard line. Domagala gets the punt away. It's low and it's away from, it's actually Philpott back there to return this punt. Gets it at his own 7. Makes a couple of moves, gets across the 15. Oh, he's coming to the near side. All the special teams for the Tiger Cats are on that far side, and Philpott has run a long way. It's Domagala diving over. He's had to make a couple of tackles in this game, but it's a huge return for Tyson Philpott back to the Hamilton 45-yard line, or very close to that.
Wow. It was an unbelievable punt from Domagala. Beautiful. He kicked it across the field and pinned it deep. It was only in the returner's hands back at the 7-yard line near the sidelines. And Philpott made the way all the way across the field, forcing Domagala to save the touchdown. And boy, Domagala's done that 3 or 4 times this year. That was a punt, a 57-yard punt. Beautiful. Followed by a 58-yard return.
Ugh.
It's equal to a turnover on downs.
It
RJ.
is,
And
yeah.
it's really that costly.
Actually worse, because they gain a yard out of it. Michael Domagala, by the way, has 3 tackles in the game. Trevor Harris throws and completes it to Eugene Lewis, and it is another big gain. It's down near the 25-yard line. It's a first down for Montreal. We're at the 3-minute warning. There's 2 minutes and 39 seconds to go in the game, and Montreal is threatening. They're down by a touchdown. We'll have the conclusion of this one for you on the Ticats Audio Network. Welcome back, RJ Broadhead with Luke Tasker. Nothing is done the easy way for the Tiger Cats. They were up 24-6 with just over 6 minutes to go in the game. It's now 24-17, a 7-point lead, 2 minutes, 39 seconds to go, and Montreal has first down at the Hamilton 27-yard line. Trevor Harris, ball in the middle of the field between the 2 hash marks. He'll drop back to pass, and he's looking for the end zone. Incomplete. A lot happening there. Eugene Lewis was the intended target, but Ciante Evans very nearly picked it off.
He almost picked it off, and then it looked like Eugene Lewis got another chance to maybe pull it in too. It was bounced off everybody's hands back there, but boy, Trevor Harris is slinging it around, taking shots. That was really kind of a risky throw, but he is, when you're giving your guys a chance to make a play, boy, a lot of things can go good and bad.
Here's an idea. Cover Eugene Lewis. He's been targeted 14 times tonight. 2nd and 10 from the Hamilton 47. Trevor Harris dropped the snap, picked it up, he throws, and it's tipped and incomplete. It was intended for Reggie White Jr., and it's Cariel Brooks again. He has had some clutch knockdowns in this 4th quarter to prevent Montreal from getting more points.
That play started with a fumbled snap.
Yes.
Yeah, RJ, I don't know. It's amazing that he found his guy and got the ball off. If he would have, in a normal timed snap and reception and throw, I don't know. That would have been very, very close. But incredible job by Kyle Brooks, who's having an excellent game in his first night back.
3-down territory for the Alouettes. They're going to go for it. It's 3rd and 10 from the Hamilton 27-yard line. Trevor Harris drops back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Has to run to his left. Julian Hauser right on his heels. Can't trip him up. And then he is finally caught by Dylan Wynn, who never quit on that play and made the tackle short of the first down. And the Alouettes will turn this ball over on downs. The defense coming up big late in this game.
Boy, this is an exciting finish. Julian Hauser, he sold out to trip up Trevor Harris's ankles, and then Dylan Wynn finished it off before he could even run out of bounds. But here's the nuts and bolts, RJ. It's the Ticats have the ball on their 21-yard line. If they struggle to put an offensive drive together, they're going to have to punt and give Trevor Harris will have another entire opportunity to put a drive together. They have to get a first down right here, the Ticats.
Defense has been on the field a lot as well. The time of possession, Alouettes have had the ball for 31 minutes, 25 seconds. The Tiger Cats for just over 26 minutes. Dylan Wynn has a cut on his nose, and he'll be just fine. He'll be ready to get out there. Matthew Schultz stays in at quarterback, and it's a quarterback keeper. Runs off to his right, didn't get much, a few yards.
Okay. Not an overly productive first down. You've got 2nd and 7 here, and Dane Evans coming on the field. This is, you've got to make it happen here. You got to have one of your receivers make a great play right now at this moment. And RJ, you can't turn the ball over.
Right.
You can't.
The 4th quarter.
At least give Damagala a chance to kick it away if you aren't able to make the play.
They need 7 yards for the first down. Hamilton's on their own 24. Dane Evans, he comes in for 2nd down after Matthew Schultz ran on 1st down. It's a low pass. Braylon Addison dives for it. And they're saying he made the catch, and it's a first down. Wow. What a catch by Braylon Addison. The first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
That is exactly the play I was talking about that a receiver has to make, and it's Braylon Addison, of course. I would pick him every time to trust him to be able to dive, to make that catch, to know where the sticks are, to run the proper depth. It takes all of those things to go right. And Braylon Addison is the true professional who you can count on to do that.
I'm with you. I'll take Braylon Addison. Agent Zero, they call him because of his number. Handoff goes to Don Jackson. He'll run to the right on 1st down, and he'll get a couple of yards.
Timeout, Montreal.
Last timeout for Montreal, so they'll be able to stop the bleed on the clock right now at 1:23. And the Ticats setting up for their 2nd and 6. So, again, I mean, with every first down they gain, the game slips more and more out of Montreal's hands. But this is still an important one. There's still going to be time left if they do have to punt it away. But their field position that they gained with that last first down, the distance that helps the punt for Damagala, an incredible play there by Braylon Addison.
Montreal lost a challenge earlier. 1:23, the clock is stopped. 24-17, Tiger Cats lead. They were up 24-6 with just over 6 minutes to go in the game. It's a 7-point lead. They need 6 yards. It's another handoff and maybe back to the line of scrimmage or a gain of 1, but nowhere near enough for the first down. So Hamilton has to punt and give Montreal the ball back. There's 1:18 on the clock.
3rd and 5. Damagala up the middle. There was really nothing set up for him there, and really difficult. Tough. You wish that you could have a little bit more production on that play, but boy, you need Damagala to have his best kick, and then you'd love somebody else to make the tackle after.
Yes. Yeah. 3 tackles in the game for Damagala. The defense has been great for Hamilton. 11 pass knockdowns tonight. Their previous high this season was 4. Defense will have to come up big. Damagala is going to let this clock run down. And the snap right at 1 second. Damagala's kick It'll bounce at the 30. Tyson Philpott in. He runs up to his 25, picks up the football. He's right by the sidelines, and he is hit and knocked out of bounds there. 48 seconds remain in this football game. And the Tiger Cats will lean on their defense to try to close it out. Trevor Harris will begin this drive from his own 38-yard line. It was a big lead for the Tiger Cats. Montreal has cut into it. Trevor Harris has Jeshwin Antwi to his left. He's going to pass. There's flags flying, and this play is whistled down before Trevor Harris can throw the football.
I think this is on Eugene Lewis, but Jamal Roll would be the other candidate. So we'll see which team gets penalized for this, and they're discussing it now. Okay.
Looks like they're pointing at Montreal. We'll get the call from Tim Croker. Eventually. He wants to check with Coach O. See what the Hall of Famer wants to do. And no hesitation from Orlando Steinauer. So we'll get the call now from the referee, Tim Croker. I promise you it's coming.
Well, now they're talking to the
offside, Montreal. It's a 5-yard penalty. Remains first down. Timer, please put 48 seconds on the clock.
As they added the 1 second back on that had come off for that play. And
Hamilton has played a really clean football game. 4 penalties, 23 yards. An interesting formation here for Montreal. 4 receivers.
Yeah, they've got something messed up here. They marked it. They initially marked it as a loss of down, so it's gonna be 2nd and 10.
Right.
And instead, now they've bumped them back to go. They're gonna make it go 1st and 15.
That's a coach who has confidence in his defense. Try to get 15 yards for a first down. 48 seconds to go. That's the other factor. The clock is not on the Alouettes side, and they can't call a timeout. 4 receivers to the left. Trevor Harris drops back, and that's the only direction he looks. Julian Hauser has him, and he brings him down for the quarterback sack. His 2nd sack of the game, 5th of the season, and that is big. That is a huge loss for the Alouettes. That'll move them back to their own 25-yard line.
Wow, it's the Ticats defense. They had a little bit of a lapse in the 3rd quarter, the beginning of the 4th, but when it's counted, they have come up huge tonight. Pressure on Trevor Harris, great knockdowns and pass breakups.
5th sack of the game for the Tiger Cats. Alouettes don't have any. Trevor Harris at 2nd and 23, looking for Eugene Lewis. He caught the football. Was he in bounds?
Boy, that was an incredible catch. I thought Jamal Roll was in really, really great coverage. He was. But Eugene Lewis.
They're saying it's a first down. They needed 23 yards. He got 23 yards and an inch.
Boy, he caught the ball with late hands over the top of Jamal Roll, tucked it away before Cariel Brooks hit him, and got his feet in bounds. What a play.
Eugene Lewis has haunted the Tiger Cats. 31 seconds on the clock. Montreal are on their own 49. Trevor Harris under pressure again. Dumps it off as he was going down. It's complete to Antwi. He's across the 50 and tackled there by Cam Kelly. It'll be another first down for Montreal, and there's 23 seconds to go.
Trevor Harris, man, he is playing so well. They're lining up quick here, but he is doing everything he can to give his team a chance.
Tiger Cats got to him again, but he was able to get rid of the ball, and now they're up to the Hamilton 48. Down by 7. Trevor Harris with time, and a tip. Another knockdown for the Tiger Cats. Good defensive play by Cam Kelly. That's 2 in a row for him.
Boy, that was an errant throw. And in my opinion, 2 Ticats had the opportunity to intercept that ball. and there's 15 seconds left with Trevor Harris, in your territory. I hope for Ticat fans that missed interception there doesn't come back to haunt, because that could have been the game right there.
Cam Kelly, you mentioned it before the game. He's like a receiver. He's so good at catching the football. Had to reach behind him. 15 seconds to go. 4 receivers off to the right, and there's flags flying, and this play won't get off either.
Looks like a false start for Montreal, as it's 2nd and 10. So this is that same opportunity. You can do a loss of down or go 2nd and 15. So this might be 3rd and 10.
Procedure, Montreal number 55. 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
So it'll be 2nd and 15. That will move Montreal back a little closer to midfield. They'll be on the Hamilton 53-yard line. So much importance on this game, and it's just the 7th game of the season for these two teams. Tiger Cats 1-5. Montreal 2 points better at 2-4. Hamilton has the lead. Lewis tucks it just in time, and he'll be very close to the first down. There is a hit thrown by Stavros Katsantonis, and the flags fly. Harris is slow to get up, and this is going to likely go against the Tiger Cats for that hit on Trevor Lewis.
This is what you'd have to avoid. First of all, Trevor Harris was almost tackled at the line of scrimmage and ducked underneath sort of a clothesline there by the rush from Hamilton. And at the end, you have to pull off that hit. 15 yards here is the biggest 15 yards of the whole game, and Trevor Harris was already tackled on the ground. And that's surely what this is about to be.
Trevor Harris is up. He'll stay in the football game.
He had already gained the first down on a 2nd and 15.
Like you said, Luke, it was miraculous how he was able to get out of that mess he was in. Tiger Cats were closing in on him.
It was just Julian Howes there. Swung to knock the ball out of Trevor Harris's hands, but Harris ducked at just the right time.
So 8 seconds on the clock. Hamilton leads 24-17. This drive, here's the call.
Major foul, unnecessary roughness. Hamilton number 30. It's a 15-yard penalty, an automatic first down. The injury spotter is removed number 7, Montreal, from the game.
Oh, wow. So Trevor Harris has to leave the game. This drive started on the Montreal 38. So basically there's 8 seconds, maybe time for 2 plays.
We saw this with Zach Collaros in Winnipeg earlier this season, where at the end of season drive, Collaros gets removed by the injury spotters, and here
Dominic Davis has thrown 2 passes this year. He's completed them both. 8 seconds to go. Montreal down by 7. They're on the Hamilton 21. Davis hasn't thrown a pass tonight. He throws one here. It's intercepted. Tiger Cats intercepted. And it's Cam Kelly who gets the interception, and that will end the game. Well, what a finish that was. Trevor Harris gets pulled out of the game by the injury spotter, and Dominic Davis, who hasn't thrown a pass all night, only 2 on the season, gets picked off at the goal line by Cam Kelly.
Wow. Cam Kelly, like we were just talking about, I mean, he's got every bit of the receiving skills of a wide receiver or a slot back, and there he is to make the final interception, and of course it's a turnover that seals the game. And what a story it's been with the turnovers for the Ticats. And tonight, a turnover initiated a wave of Montreal momentum that almost stole what was a huge lead from the Ticats away in a strange circumstance at the end here, with Trevor Harris having to leave the game. But boy, kind of a lot of question marks on this one. You know, the Ticats really did not fix their 4th quarter woes that they've struggled with, but they're 2-5, and they're starting off their East stretch with a win. Holy smokes, what a football game.
They win the turnover battle. Montreal had 2, Hamilton had 1. That interception for Cam Kelly, his 3rd of the season. For the Tiger Cats, it's their 8th interception, and they've had an interception in 6 straight games now. Time now for the Access Storage recap of the game. Score a touchdown with affordable storage. Access Storage has flexible storage solutions at a store near you. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca. It is never the easy way for the Tiger Cats. With just over 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, Luke, they were up 24-6, and it came down to the last play of the game. But this victory makes them 2-0 against the East Division, and these are the games they have to win despite some struggles previously.
They do. And with the strangeness of this game tonight, nobody's going to care. You know, it's just another win in the win column. When you know, but there are some things that make you scratch your head still. I mean, just the poor timing of the fumble, the turnover. Tonight was, I would say, the first time I could outrightly say that the kicking team got beat for Hamilton. Montreal won that kicking battle tonight, which is interesting. The Hamilton kicking units have been so strong this season. It all comes down to the Hamilton defense. The offense had its moments. The Hamilton defense played very well tonight. It was Trevor Harris that was the only thing that could be that had any sort of success, and it was only in the second half at times. Big plays when they needed them, including a game-winning interception by Cam Kelly. A huge question mark left in our minds is what's going on with the quarterback situation for Hamilton.
All 3 saw action.
All 3. And I don't think anyone could say that Dane Evans played anything but very well tonight. He did a good job tonight. He did not turn the ball over. He threw a couple really, really good passes. And then, of course, Matt Schultz made an impact on the game as well. So really interesting stories developing. And the Ticats feeling great, having pulled out their 2nd win of the season.
Second straight game where the Tiger Cats have rushed for over 100 yards, and it is a big win for the Tiger Cats. That puts them into a tie with Montreal in 2nd place in the East Division. They improved to 2-5 on the season. It's a 24-17 victory for the Tiger Cats. Tiger Cats postgame with Bubba O'Neill and Andy Fantuz is coming up next. For our executive producer, Peter McEwen, our technical operator, Michael Steyer, our statistician, Jeff Giordat, and for Luke Tasker, I'm RJ Broadhead. Thanks for listening to Hamilton Tiger Cats football on the Ticats Audio Network.
Ticats Audio Network.